in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Election day.
Yeah, it's apropos. It's super dark out there.
It's a little spitty.
Yeah.
It wasn't full on rain.
Right.
But misty.
Kind of drizzly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Enough where I kind of needed my wipers.
Right. Just enough to dirty up a windshield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or move the dirt around that was already there.
Yep.
In my case.
Turn off the windshield wipers. You're not helping. You're only making it worse.
I'm going to wash them to make more liquid on there, too. But yeah, it was kind of one of those. But it is Election Day.
Yes.
So if you have not voted, today's the day you do so. You have 12 different voting convenience locations you can vote at. If you would like, because you're like, well, what am I voting for today? If you don't know, go to nmvote.org. There you can see, if you've got a voting history in New Mexico, you can see it. You can see all the districts that you're registered to vote in. You can download a sample ballot before you head out to your convenience center to vote today. For me, I saw my sample ballot. I saw it months ago. I have nothing. I got like soil and water supervisor or something like that to vote for. I don't have like school board's probably the biggest election.
If you're a soil and water supervisor, do you tell everyone you're a land manager?
Technically, you are.
I mean, yeah, because that's exactly what the soil and water manager.
Land and sea.
That's right. I manage the land and the sea.
I'm a surf and turf supervisor.
Some call me Aquaman. Some call me Captain Land. They are both wrong.
I prefer Surf and Turf King.
Hi, Chris Landreth. How you doing?
But yeah, some of you have others. I don't have a school board race in my district, so. But some of you do, and so get out there and vote now. If you're not familiar where you can vote at, you can go to the clerk's website. You can call the clerk's office, or you can just listen up because I'm about to tell you right now where you can go. You can vote between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. today at any of these locations in Chavez County. The Roswell Mall, which is on North Main, 4501. The Central Church of the Nazarene, 901 East Country Club. West Country Club Church of Christ at 700 West Country Club. The Roswell Museum, 100 West 11th Street. The Boys and Girls Club at 201 South Garden. New Mexico Game and Fish, there at 1615 West College. East Grand Plains Elementary, 3773 East Grand Plains. The Chavez County Clerk's Office, the south end of the building there at 1 St. Mary's Place. It's not actually at the clerk's office. It's at the south end. You'll see a big sign at the south end that says vote here, park there. If you park in the main entrance to the county building, you're going to be hiking through that building quite a bit, which is fine. You're taking the long way. You can vote at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher. In Dexter at the Dexter Central Office at 100 North Lincoln. And then in Hagerman at the Hagerman Joy Center, 503 East Argyle. And then finally in Lake Arthur at Lake Arthur Schools, 700 West Broadway in Lake Arthur. Again, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. today, you can vote at any one of those polling locations. If you missed those, Again, go to the clerk's website. You can go to nmvote.org. Call the clerk's office, 575-624-6614, or just drive around town. You'll see the vote here signs all over the area. So get out there and vote.
Make your voice heard.
Yes. Say vote early and vote often, but people don't like that joke no more.
I can only do it the once. I did do it early, like you asked.
Why can't I vote more time? Why not? It's like American Idol. Sure.
Yeah, get it. Just get it done. As long as however you choose to get it, just get her done.
Yeah, but definitely. And then vote educated, too. Do some research if you're not sure who to vote for on some of these things and all that good stuff. But let me give you the rundown for today's show. We do have a full slate for you today. Robert Sherman with the Walker Aviation Museum is going to drop by here in just a few and give us an update on what's happening there at the museum. Talk a little history with us as well. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to be joined in studio author Larry Saito. He was back. He was with us a while ago. Local author, wrote a book, and he's written a children's book. Oh, and him, Larry, and Pat Hiddle, who's the illustrator, they're going to join us, and we're going to talk about the book. And Christmas around the corner. Nice, awesome children's book from a local author.
Maybe we can get him to read us an excerpt.
Maybe. So they're going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we're going to have the folks from American Legion Post 61, Jen and Lee, join us talking about Veterans Parade. And Barbara Gomez will also be joining us to talk about the Heroes 5K, which is also Saturday morning. Veterans Celebration will be this Saturday. Yep. Heroes 5K will be this Saturday. They're going to come in and tell us all the information about both here at 9:15 today.
Indeed.
And, of course, we'll have all of your other things or, if you will, features, if you will. I'm just kidding. We'll have your news and all that good stuff for you, too. So, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Neat.
There was something I was going to say, and I just completely spaced out about it. Something pretty good, too. Dang it.
Now you're just going to have to miss out, everybody.
I guess so.
He was great in here, man. Should have been there, dude. It was awesome.
I had it, and it just, I don't know. It just kind of went right out the cabeza.
I had a thought cross my mind yesterday.
Yeah?
As I was sitting in the bathroom, as one does.
Contemplating.
I realized, as, I was doing my constitutional, I forgot my phone. And so I realized, this is a perfect opportunity for a company, for an organization, to come along and set up like a little brochure, pamphlet, take one container. Just have like a little light reading in the bathroom. When somebody forgets their phone, I could be learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Could be. Yeah, could be. You know how the Friends of the Library have their travel library at the airport? Mm-hmm. Like that, but in bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, okay, what it made me think of was, if you've ever been to like a Love's, like as you're like traveling, truck stop, truck stop, yeah. If you go to the bathroom, like if you go to ladies, if you go to the urinal, I'm sure they have it in the stalls too, but if you go to the urinals, right where you would stand and usually put your arm up and, because, you're a truck driver, they've got a whole like page of ads of like, oh, well, we've got this on sale right now. I'm saying, make it a little more entertaining. I would lean into it, like in the advertising, enjoying your poop. Let me take this opportunity to tell you about Jesus Christ, something like that.
Or if you want to go high tech and more sanitary, kind of like when you go to the big box stores and you walk by end caps and they got those little TVs.
The QR, the TVs. There you go.
Let's put those like in the thing, and then just random things pop up, start talking to you. And
there's got to be enough content out there that you could get a 24 hours of content and just call it Poo TV.
I think,
and run an entire day of content of just stuff that you can watch that's short form. You can watch while you're.
But I think it should surprise you.
Oh my gosh!
I think it should surprise you,
dude.
What?
There's an entire library right now that Quibi produced.
There you go.
That they're sitting on, that nobody's doing anything with. 8 to 10 minute little snippets of video, short form. Easily digestible, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
So, it's something you could, pop a couple episodes on while you're, doing your business.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're spending more time on the commode. You're allowing your digestion to work the way it should. You're not forcing yourself to quickly brush through it. See, we're solving problems here.
Health conscious.
That's right.
Although I still like the idea of the surprise. Like you're just sitting there, all of a sudden the TV goes, "Hey there."
Hi. Good to see you here.
And I picture like a
Welcome
Max
to Pooh
Headroom,
TV. Right.
Max Headroom type dude going, "Hey there.
Hey.
The rough one last night, huh? Well, settle in and enjoy this." You know,
Just
something like that.
The smooth sounds of Kenny G.
That's right. Just tell you. Don't forget, we've got fiber on sale, aisle 12. Metamucil. You can try some today.
Sometimes you need something to, help you move.
Let me give you the rundown of the show here. Pardon the pun.
We did the rundown.
We did.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did do that already. Never mind.
It ran down.
I'm sorry. I was like, dang, I got so sidetracked on
Finally starting to get some light outside. It's a dark and dreary one out there.
It is. All right. It's 7:15. Let's go ahead and do some weather and find out if we're going to get rain. Because I don't think, like they said, chance of rain yesterday, like tomorrow night. And then this thing happened this morning. So I don't know what to tell you. And I haven't looked at the weather. So let's all learn together, shall we?
Yes.
Put on your learning hats.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some light rain or drizzle possible today with a cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico. Our afternoon highs will be a lot cooler, 60 to 65. Cloudy overnight down to the mid-40s, and then another cloudy and cool day tomorrow, maybe a few light showers, and our high in the mid-50s. For Thursday, we're expecting to be sunny and warmer, back to the 60s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 49 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 74%, and winds out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy today. Highs only expected to reach near 60 with winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 45. So relatively warm overnight tonight with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're going to be in the 50s tomorrow. Yeah, I said it. Kind of weird. Cloudy, high near 56 tomorrow. We're not even going to get to 60s. So this is the first time we've had highs of 50s. Crazy, man. It's fall. What happened? Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night could see some patchy fog after midnight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low overnight of 39 degrees and northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, some patchy fog in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny for the day. Highs back into the 60s, 62 officially, with east winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Friday, we warm back up. Sunny skies, a high of 77. Then for the weekend, it's going to be warmer as well. Saturday, sunny, 77. Sunny, 79. So, yeah, 60s, 50s today, tomorrow. And then upper 70s by Friday again. And then looks like start of next week, going to be near 80 again. So, I don't know what to tell you. But it'll be like 56 tomorrow. So welcome to New Mexico. All right, it is 7:18. Let's go ahead and take a quick, actually get you into your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Woot and then a quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we'll have Robert Sherman join us from the Walker Aviation Museum. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,826 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer tenants. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold $2 to $6 higher, feeder cattle steadied to $1 higher, packer cows and bulls $2 to $5 lower, 3 to 400 pound steers $185 $210, 3 to 400 pound heifers $161 $168, 4 to 500 pound steers $174 $185, 4 to 500 pound heifers $141 $161, 5 to 600 pound steers $151 $174, 5 to 600 pound heifers $133 $141, 6 700 pound steers $138 and a quarter $151, 6 700 pound heifers $130 $133, 7 800 pound steers $130 $138 and a quarter, 7 800 pound heifers $120 $130, packer cows $60 to $68.50, canner and cutter cows $50 to $57, packer bulls $80 to $89.50, feeder bulls $71 to $77.50, top half the cow calf pairs $1,000 to $1,375 per pair, top half the bred cows $900 to $1,200 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Looking for a hot cup of coffee and a breakfast burrito to start the day? Brewer's got it. What about a midday snack or a pick-me-up? Brewer's got it. Dinner for the family after a long day? Brewer has what you need. Brewer's grill locations have extended hours, serving up all your favorites and brand new craveables, like their mushroom Swiss burger, their bacon and green chili chicken sandwich, and more. Find your nearest brewer online, then call ahead for super quick pickup. Fuel your smile at a locally owned brewer near you. Whatever you need, Brewer's got it.
If you're faced with a decision on your current job and career path, please consider an advertising sales position with Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company. We have a veteran sales staff to work with and learn from. We represent 5 radio stations and an online platform that reaches thousands of listeners and viewers across the Pecos Valley and beyond. We pay a base salary and expense reimbursement, plus a generous commission plan. Within your first year, you could be earning $35,000 to $40,000 or more with room for growth. You won't be stuck in an office. You'll have lots of time for your family, and we'll never ask your vaccination status. If you're interested, email jobs@pvbcradio.com and ask to speak with Vice President and General Manager Thomas Beard today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Walker Aviation Museum, Robert Sherman back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay.
Good.
Next week, daylight savings when I don't know about you, but when my alarm goes off and it's pitch dark, it's kind of like, seriously, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, it happens to me every day, so I'm
kind
of used to it. But
I'm kind of in the retirement mode where I can sleep in, versus the old days.
I love, it's one of those things where you lose that ability. Because I know folks that, they got up at dark 30 for years. Now that they've retired, they're like, 7 o'clock, I'm just thinking about the day even. My head's still on the pillow at 7 o'clock.
Well, actually, my problem is I go to bed sometimes at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning.
Gotcha.
Well, I go to bed, but then I have to read for about half an hour, so I kind of get sleepy.
Right.
So by the time I actually turn my lights off, it's around 1 o'clock or 1:30 or something.
And so this time of the morning, you're
right.
I get you. But for folks that aren't familiar, Walker Aviation Museum, it's home at the Air Center, and it is a museum dedicated to the military base that was located there on the south end, initially Roswell Army Airfield, later Walker Air Force Base, and also a museum that pays homage to the Cold War era and the role that this area served during that time period.
Correct.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, with COVID and everything, it's been kind of closed and things for this while. But you've had this really used this as an opportunity to add new things to the museum and getting some new changes and updates and things to the museum. So the time has not been idle time for the museum.
No, it's not. And I would like to today go over some stuff we're going to be doing starting next week. And but for right now, the later on in the show, I'll briefly just go over the quick history of the Atlas missile that was here. And it was up and running full operational during the Cuban Missile Crisis in October of '62. But anyway, we're kind of just on the verge of, getting ready to open up. But we were looking at trying to hire someone through Goodwill Industries over there on North Main.
Mm-hmm.
And but the airlines, as you're probably aware, in November shut down a lot of the midday flights.
Yeah.
So that's supposedly going to be coming back, according to my neighbor, who's a TSA agent.
Okay, good.
So hopefully, and Scott Stark kind of indicated that. But anyway, she was saying that that will be back. So we'll probably for sure get that open, because it's kind of crazy to be open when there's absolutely no planes coming and going.
This is true.
Because there's nobody, Unless I force Scott Stark to come down and come through our place once a day or something. I'm just kidding.
It's kind of, what's the thing? If a tree falls in the forest, if no one heard it, did it fall?
That's true. But anyway, I can kind of give you a quick rundown of kind of a really exciting thing that's happening with us. We've got an Excel grant, about $10,000 grant last year. And we bought 2 flight simulators from, they're called EduStations from STEM Pilot Incorporated.
Okay.
They're about $6,000 machines. And what we're going to set it up for is probably either taxiing or a takeoff or possibly just flying through the squares,
Okay.
And we'll get some kids in here. We're trying to get youth in the age of around, we found that between ages of 13 and 18 is kind of what we're looking for.
Okay.
So middle school, high school. And starting next week on Tuesday, we're getting 24 students coming in from Sierra Middle School.
Okay.
And they'll be coming down, and that's kind of what we have planned, but we really want to.
And will they be experiencing the flight simulators and everything?
Oh, yes.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Are they one of the first groups to do that?
They're actually the prototype group.
All right. They're the guinea pigs.
Yeah, they're the guinea pigs.
Cool.
So we're going to bring them in. And we're going to they're bringing in 24. I think 12 are going to some company out there, some aircraft company.
Okay.
And the other 12, we can only handle 12 at a time.
So they'll round robin.
Because we only have 2 flight simulators. What we do is put it as a pilot, co-pilot, and navigator or somebody standing behind them so they can do their thing for about 14 minutes.
So they work as a team.
And then they switch positions and the next person. So they kind of all get a chance to see what the other guy's doing or other gals doing and stuff like that.
See it from a different perspective.
So that takes care of 6 of them.
Okay.
So the other 6 will come over to we have a big computer screen, and we've got it set up so that group, after they first get there, we kind of run them down the hall, show them the model airplanes, give them a quick, maybe 8-minute history of Walker from a historical point of view.
Okay.
So they kind of oriented to that. But then we get into the science STEM issues. And so the other ones that aren't flying the simulators are going to go, and we'll give them some rundowns on some various careers that are available.
Nice.
And again, that's kind of, for some of the stuff here, maybe a little advanced for an 8th grader or, whatever, but especially for high school. But anyway, the first thing they'll get was, for example, how to choose a college career or a major or what you might want to pursue in life later on. So these kids are getting ready in middle school, getting ready to go to high school, but that's a little early. But we'll talk what they call a Venn diagram, which is the 3 circles of, what you're passionate about and what you're good at and what somebody will pay you for.
Gotcha.
And when all those 3 circles overlap, and that's kind of the area you should maybe pursue. And other areas are hobbies or whatever. So that'll be kind of an orientation for that for them. Then the next thing would be like a 3-minute video on science, technology, engineering, and math, just an overview. A 3-minute video, 3.5-minute video on careers in aviation.
Okay.
Followed by a 5 and almost a 6-minute on the day in the life of a wind turbine engineer.
All right.
So, and then what it's like to be an aircraft mechanic, about 5.5 minutes. Energy careers, career cluster, different energy careers for about 2 minutes. About 2.5 minutes on oil well worker's career. 2.5 minutes on what does a registered nurse do? Followed by architectural engineering versus architecture. What's the difference? About a 3-minute video. How to become an auto mechanic, about a 3.5-minute video. And then one is kind of just fun to watch. No dialogue or anything. It's roughnecks at work at a drilling rig, and it's like awesome. I think all the guys that go, football players or whatever, go, whoa, that's pretty awesome. It's pretty scary, pretty dangerous how they're doing this and getting these pipes coming out, and these chains are slinging around, and they're tightening them up, and they're doing various things.
Orchestra
pulling the pipes out and dumping the mud and covering it so the mud doesn't fly everywhere. And it's kind of like, it kind of keeps your attention there. And that's about 4.5 minutes.
Cool. Okay. So really gives them a perspective on opportunities through STEM. And
right. And just kind of gives them some ideas of, hopefully it'll open the eyes of, I didn't realize there was that kind of a job out there. So
yeah, well, good.
So,
well, hopefully, after this first group gets to go through and then gets to take advantage of this, we'll have lots more kids coming through and participating in this. Program.
And when they leave, what we're going to do is hand them a sheet here of career videos. And these are a collection. I've kind of come across about 58 videos that are either aircraft related videos, or most of them are career videos that they can go back home, get on their home computer, and it just gives them a start to look at, and it shows the title. They can just type it in under YouTube, and it shows you the length of the talk. And then I also will give them a list of about 135, a list of 135 STEM job list. So I say, okay, here's 135 different jobs that are STEM oriented. You can take this list, go home, and go on your computer, and they're, a lot more adept than probably I am. They can look up this stuff and find out more information like, oh, I didn't realize that was a career, and they can check that out.
Gives them a place to start doing their own research.
And these guinea pigs, unfortunately for them, not just kidding. I'm going to give them a score sheet and a pencil. And when I show them those videos I just talked about on careers, I'm going to let them grade it. I have no regrets on how to choose a college career. So then I'm below that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I want them to circle after they see each video what they thought. This was bad, useless. I got nothing from this video.
So kind of learn what they liked and what they didn't
Number
like.
2 is not very useful for me. And 3 is okay, but not great. 4 is good. I learned quite a bit. And number 5 is very good. I learned a lot, very useful. So we can get a feedback from this age group when we show these videos of saying, maybe we need to look for a change in this particular video for this age group.
Yeah.
So we can
tweak it.
Tweak it so that future 8th graders coming in will go, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And thanks to the Sierra group, they kind of like graded it and go, what were you thinking putting that up there?
Good. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure that you're hitting the target group, and hitting them is, the limited time you have them there, you want to get the most bang out of that opportunity. So.
Then when they get through flying the EduStation, the flight simulator, we have a little business card here that basically is the
looks like an instrument
panel of a Cessna 172.
Okay.
And on the back it says, I'm an EduStation pilot, and we'll have a student number that we'll write down in our roster, their number 32 or 14 or whatever. And then they can put their name on here. For us, when we put the roster, we're just going to put their first name with their student number, not their last name, and then the date. So they can take this card home with them, and when they come in, they can say, "Hey, I'm Johnny so and so, and I was here. I'm student number 32." And I say, "Okay," and okay. Since you've been through the orientation, there's a 20-minute orientation video they do before they actually do the stuff that they all get. They can say, "Sure, they're the 2 flight simulators over there. Go over there and just have a good
so
time."
At their leisure, they can come by and utilize.
They can continue to use that, and the person that's at the museum at that time can just kind of oversee and
their membership card to do these things.
And hopefully they'll be up to speed and they'll kind of know how to just get on there. And
exactly.
They can fly 50 different airplanes.
That's cool.
They can land anywhere in the world.
Nice.
So you get an airline pilot coming in and looking at it and go, "Oh, that's pretty simple." I said, "Well, yeah, but you can, select an F-22 and land in Istanbul at 9 o'clock at night."
So if there's kids that want to be pilots someday and they're, not taking the flying, they can go and start getting simulator time just by coming here. And so when they're of age or have the ability to start taking formal classes and things on this, they kind of get a jump on the game there. That's great. So that's cool.
So that's kind of what we're kicking off next week. And we've already had some younger ones come in and kind of a prototype, some, staff and neighbors, young kid come in. So we kind of had some younger ones. We found out that kids that are like the 11, 12-year-olds, kind of they just look at that as a game to play.
Right.
And we need to get the message across to people come in. It's a serious thing on the flight simulator. It's there purposely to get people decide, I would be interested in aviation, maybe not necessarily in the long run being a pilot, but being involved with aviation and stuff like that. So we're hoping to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely, and I don't care how old you are or who you are, that's still a toy in your head. You know what I mean? It's like, we get to fly airplanes and everything. Come on, I'm in.
Right,
That's a game. So even even as adults, I probably sit behind the thing, and even though we're doing all the the necessary things, it's still fun and kind of neat to do. So.
We've had when they sent that up for us and sent it to us, it's set up so that if you crash or fly into a building, the screen doesn't go black and everything crashes. It just kind of goes through the building, keeps going. So
gotcha.
So we know that people are going to have problems and issues, like me, for example.
That's Empire State Building, no problem. I'll fly right through it.
Right through it. Yeah. But
I'll go through that window right there and come out on the other side.
No, like the takeoff one, you just take off, you put the throttle up, and you go putting down the road at 172. And as soon as you take off, you have some squares you fly through, and every time you fly through a square, you get a little ding ding.
So
and then you finally, after about 7 or 8 squares, you make it a turn downwind. You fly through a yellow circle, and if you made a success, all those squares in that circle, then a big band starts playing on the computer.
Oh, cool.
Good job,
Nice. So you get a reward.
That's right.
Successful. That's cool.
That's right.
And then and of course, once you get that bit in there and you get excited, then you can, of course, do this program and get your card, and kids can come back and fly some of the other simulations in on different aircraft and things like that. So it'll be really cool. So I think that'll be fun. I hope some kids really get into that and take advantage of that, because I think that's a great way to create a new generation of pilots here, just by them having an interest in getting their own time in those chairs and earning their time. And next thing you know, they're
so for people out in the audience, we're going to be working and coordinating through Roswell Independent School District, and Ruben Bolaños is working with the STEM stuff, and also involved with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell. And we have some other people maybe volunteer we're looking at to come out and help, guide the kids through this stuff. And we're working with All Saints Catholic, Gateway, homeschoolers out there, and Assurance Home, Boy Scout troops, that age group, between like 13, 18.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico Youth Challenge, we're going to be coordinating with them. And Sidney Gutierrez Charter School out there at the base.
Okay, perfect.
So, which is out there close to the Youth Challenge dorms, that location. So anyway, they're almost within walking distance. And the problem, a lot of them, is getting them to have a bus to get them in and out. So
yeah, transportation's always tricky in this day and age right now. But definitely, and then of course, if you're an administrator or anything and you're hearing this and like, hey, I'd like to set something up for this for my kids, reach out to the museum. They'll love to.
Well, actually, I can give them my cell phone.
Okay.
I need to text me.
Okay.
Because I probably won't answer if I don't recognize the number.
Gotcha.
I'll call you back.
All right.
So it's 420.
Okay.
420. Then the number 3.
Okay.
Then 789.
3789. All right.
That's my cell phone. So you have to text me and say, yes, I'm from such and such school, homeschoolers, Boy Scout troop, whatever, and we're interested in setting up a time when we can go out there, because we have to coordinate and get people up there that can, help out.
Sure.
Know what's going on. So 420-3789.
And don't forget now, you got to actually put the 575 on there.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, put the 575
calling from a landline. If you're on a cell phone, you had to do that already. But now landlines are making you do it too.
Yeah, This afternoon, Alan Trevor, who was working at the Eastern Mexico University, he's working at University of Mexico now, but has finished the 2 touchscreen computers that are going to give history, where people can walk in off the thing waiting for an airplane, and they can walk up to one of 2 of these touchscreens and touch maybe up to 3 or 4 subjects on each screen and get about a 2.5 minute video and audio of a little blip of history, like Atlas missile, what we're going to talk about here in just a second, or what did Roswell Army Airfield do during World War II?
Gotcha.
And they'll give you a rundown there for about 2 minutes. So we're going to install that on the wall, or get it at least located this afternoon, and then I'll get with Jason Pence, our electrician, and have him come out in the next few days and get that finally fixed up. So
cool.
We'll have 2 touch screens there. We'll have this other computer. We'll have a video player, big screen, and we've got 2 flight simulators. So
awesome.
Kind of going.
Getting high tech in there.
High tech, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to see, and more interactive stuff for folks to come through and as they come in for their flights and things, or come to see the museum.
Yeah, so hopefully when that
to.
Kicks off in December, we'll definitely be open full time. Right now, we're probably going to be kind of struggling along and opening up as we have kids scheduled to come out.
Gotcha.
When I say kids, I say that in a nice way.
Yes.
Youth
young,
that are looking for
Or if for those that watch My Cousin Vinny, Utes.
Yeah. When you're my age, everybody, even you're a kid. You're a kid.
Yeah, I don't feel like it, but yeah, I do the same kind of stuff. I lump, I just say you guys for a lot of things.
Yeah, I do too.
It doesn't matter genders or anything. It's just a group of people. It's
I know, I do that
guys.
too. You know,
Yeah.
you worry about saying you guys when you got some women there, but I think most people just understand.
Yeah, if it's a gaggle of people, hey, what's up, guys? You know, just kind of how it is. Nothing nefarious there. Just an easy way to address a whole group of people.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about the Atlas missile.
Okay, Atlas missile, right quick, before we run out of time here. I remember, even today we have the 12 silos scattered around Roswell. Mm-hmm. Pretty far out, but not too far out.
Not filled with
10, 12 miles out.
Not filled with missiles anymore, of
nope,
course.
No more, yeah.
They were at one time.
So the Atlas was manufactured by Convair Division of General Dynamics at Kearney Mesa, San Diego, California.
Okay.
In 1946, the Atlas started design and development as a 1,500 mile to 5,000 mile range missile that would be able to carry a thermonuclear warhead, but was canceled in 1947 when they kind of suddenly light bulb went off in their head and said, man, these bombs are way bigger than this missile's going to keep. And then because of a successful Soviet ICBM test in 1953, the development of the Atlas ICBM program became a crash program of highest priority in 1954.
Okay.
So that's when I was 11 years old.
Okay,
the development of the Atlas missile went from what they call the SM-65A in 1957-58 to the SM-65B and C and D. So it became the Atlas D. Then the first operational version of the Atlas missile with a 9,000-mile range first flew in April 1959. Okay, now nothing's happened yet at Walker. Okay, so then the SM-65E, and you look at an E, you look at the E, the three little lines off to the right, of course. That was the first 3-engine operational variant of the Atlas missile. Up to that point, it was 2-engine.
Okay.
So the E model, you get into the 3-engine Atlas. And finally, the SM-65F, or the Atlas F, was the final operational variant of the Atlas missile that first flew in August 61. Surrounding Walker Air Force Base, it got the 12th Atlas F missile site, started construction in 1961. Okay, that's the year I graduated from high school. Were you born yet?
61, no. I'm born in the early 70s.
Oh, okay. So anyway, with completion of all sites and all 12 ICBMs on alert status by October 1962. And then the 579th was the organization. The Strategic Missile Squadron was fully operational during the Cuban Missile Crisis, which was 16 to 28 October 1962.
Okay.
In June 1963, and in February, actually my birthday, February 13th, and March 1964, those 3 dates, June, February, and March 64, 3 of the launch complexes were destroyed during propellant loading exercises. They blew up.
Okay.
And luckily, no one was killed, and there were no warheads mated to the missiles at the time of the explosions.
Good.
So all the remaining missiles were retired and removed in early 1965 in favor of the more advanced Titan II missiles and the more stable solid fuel Minuteman missiles like they have up in Malmstrom Air Force Base. Was my last assignment as a medical commander up there.
Gotcha.
Made quite a few visits out to the missile silos out there surrounding, and they're pretty far out there, 70, 80 miles out.
Is that what, are they still using Minutemen to this day, or is that a different, I didn't know if they've upgraded to something different since then or
they
not.
still got those out there.
Very good. But yeah, but there's like night and day evolutionary differences between the Atlas and then the Titan.
Yeah, the Atlas.
And then into the Minuteman.
Put in that, fuel, liquid fuel.
Yeah, it was way more dangerous in an Atlas missile silo than a Titan missile silo.
And actually, it exposed the missiles to being destroyed because if there was suddenly a war kicked off, they have to bring the missile up above ground to refuel it instead of down in the silo.
Gotcha.
So it was pretty vulnerable sitting up there. Somebody off, I guess, with a high-powered rifle could shoot at it or something, whatever. But the 579th Missile Squadron was inactivated in March of 1965. And then you remember the base closed in 67.
Yes.
So that's kind of a quick history of the Atlas F missile.
Are any of the current silos in the area open to the public for visiting? Are they all privately owned?
I don't know. I think they're pretty privately. I know the astronomy club that I belong to for a while. I've kind of backed off because I'm tied up with this other stuff going on. They go out north of town and they all collect on top of a silo that's kind of all flattened out and stuff. So it's kind of, but just different people own them now. Just it's
I'd just
on
be
some
curious.
ranch out there.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat. It
would be neat if you could go out and just be able to go down and see what they were like.
They're really cool. I like I said, the only opportunity is they have a museum in near Tucson for the Titan missile.
Right.
And I got to tour that, and I'm sure there's a lot of similarities there, and as far as how things looked and felt down there and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure it's loud as all get out down there. Like when that thing was operating and all the computers and everything down there, I'm sure life living and I they'd be down there for a day or two at a time, before they swap out personnel and stuff. I imagine that's probably not if you're claustrophobic or not good with idle time, I imagine that could be a rough job to sit down in that thing for 24 hours at a time. But those guys did it, and it's pretty impressive just to hear the stories of some of those folks that did that kind of stuff.
Right. By the way, before we move on and I have to leave here, I want to again put our thanks out to XL Energy for the money and for that, but they've also helped us out on various other things. Roswell Toyota and Pioneer Bank, Featherstone Development, and then you got Dr. Phil Cathy, Dr. Paul Angstrom, Lloyd Hughes, and Glenn's Furniture's provided a big, heavy table for us.
Nice.
We have.
Did they get it? Yeah, they do custom build. As a matter of fact, this table right here they built for us.
Did they?
This one and the one next in the room next door.
Well, they were really nice because they had a big table that they did, I guess something had broken in it or something during shipment. And so Bill Glenn called me up and he said, I got a table. Could you guys use it out there? And I just bought another table to put our computer on.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll come by and take a look at it. And we got it and they delivered it. And so it's kind of right there in the front when that 16-foot screen opens up. When people walk in, there's a big table right there. And that it's big enough where we have some big photographs or maps of the initial layout of the base. So you can look there and kind of thumb through those drawings with that big table there and some other stuff. So
cool.
AirCell has also been a big supporter in the past. So.
Yeah. These entities, without their support, you guys wouldn't even be here today.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's right.
And these same people you mentioned and organizations and businesses you mentioned, they are always supporting this and other organizations in our community too.
Yeah.
Some great businesses and partnerships we have here. So.
Yeah.
But if you would like more information about setting up a private tour or of course, setting up with an opportunity for your youth group or something to learn more about this program, please reach out to the Walker Aviation Museum. If you'd like to support...
Matter of fact, we've got a email site now.
Okay.
Walker, the letter A, museum at gmail.com.
Walker, the letter A, museum at gmail.com.
Yeah, we kind of, instead of saying Walker Aviation Museum, we just said Walker A Museum.
Or if you're Canadian, Walker A.
Walker A. Walker A Museum, right. At gmail.com, right.
Very good.
And go visit the website, wafbmuseum.org.
Yeah, if you can go there, there's a donate now button. If you'd like to make a monetary donation, you say, hey, I heard him on the radio. Sounds like doing great work. I'd like to give him some money. You can do that. If you want more information about
Amazon.com.
Amazon, they've got the link there for the Amazon Smile program. If you go through there and use that Amazon Smile link, which you find directly at the Walker Aviation Museum website, if you go through that portal and do all your Amazon shopping, a few pennies off your purchase go back to the museum. And then so it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just you doing your normal Amazon shopping. And Amazon makes a small donation for every time that someone goes through that portal. And so tell your friends, every time you do your shopping online through Amazon, go through that portal and you help out the museum with a few pennies every time you shop there. So, and those pennies do add up. They get nice fat checks every once in a while, if enough people use it. So.
And before we leave, I just really, again, I'm on my knees begging. No, we need any retired military or school teachers or whatever out there that might want to be interested in joining our group. We only have 8 people right now on the board, and but we did at one time we had 25 people or so, but we need more people.
Good deal. And you say he's saying retired and everything, and you don't have to be retired if you're still teaching and want to serve.
And if you want to just volunteer to come out when we have a bunch of students come out, then we can check you out and you can get you all up to speed on the simulator. So when you come out there, you can work with the kids. And
if you just got a love for kids or love for history or love for STEM and or a love for just education, then you're going to be hanging out with the right people.
That's right. That's right.
Again, learn more, wafbmuseum.org. You can learn more about the Walker Aviation Museum, the history, the whole thing behind it, and different ways to get involved, too, there.
Some of the people like Juliana Halverson that comes in, she's on our board. She's a key person. Myself, of course, Katie Yates, Sandy Correa, Bob Donnell, and Judy Armstrong, former president, and Jerry Cloffer. Worked at the Institute and librarian and did a bunch of other stuff. Friar Yorick Nowacki of the Catholic Church here. So
very cool.
So anyway, those are the 8 people that we have right now, and then we've got other people like Bob Donnell's wife, Peggy Donnell, bless her heart. She comes out and does all kinds of stuff, help hang pictures, and she's
the
been
volunteer
great.
families,
yeah. Nola Ferguson and Haven Sills updating inventory. So we've had a good time. We've got a Jacob's ladder out there, a 10,000 watt generator. The lightning goes up and down 2 bars, and got a little bicycle you can get on, and you can pedal away, and the light pole and fan comes on. That's been through Ron Lynch and XL Energy provided the bicycle. But Ron Lynch fixed it up. So.
More of the STEM stuff there.
Just STEM stuff. Anyway, that's what we've got going out there. It's kind of the mission, final thing. And you're going to kick me off. What was it? To educate and inspire all generations concerning the history and legacy of Walker Air Force Base and encourage our youth to explore careers in science, technology, engineering, and math.
To the infinity and beyond.
Beyond, right. So we got a double mission. We got the history of the base, and we're trying to push on STEM careers.
Yep. Learn from our past and set the table for the future.
And it's kind of interesting that the first group's coming out is from Sierra Middle School, and my mother taught science and math at Sierra Middle School for many years.
Isn't that cool?
Before she finally retired, but she started out when I was conceived. She was a math and science teacher at Roswell High School in 1940. Whatever it was.
And
42.
Here we are, teaching STEM to these kids.
I'm here trying to further my mother's goal of getting science out to folks.
Well, I'm sure she's very happy, looking down and very happy about that. So
I don't know. Maybe she is.
Well, Robert, as always, appreciate the visit. And anything else we can do, let us know. And
575-420-3789.
Yes.
Text me, and we'll coordinate and get back to you as far as getting some kids out there.
Yeah, if you got
13 to 18 is the best age group.
Absolutely. Or if you're interested in being a docent or any of this stuff, reach out to Robert here, and we'll
want to join our board and come visit and
roll up your sleeves in any way, shape, or form. We'll love to have you.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you, sir. We'll see you next time. All right.
Thanks.
It is 7:53. Let us pause for local news. Your Kim Commando update, your Chaves County sports update as well. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Sunday night, Chaves County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a ranch on Bottomless Lakes Road in reference to a man being on the property asking for a ride. The man stole a side-by-side and drove it toward the river, driving through the rancher's fences, eventually getting the side-by-side stuck in the fence. The ranchers went looking for the vehicle. They found it, and the man who they held at gunpoint until deputies could get there. The male subject was arrested. The side-by-side was returned to the owner. It was also discovered during the investigation that the man had taken a couple of tools from the shop and also went through a work truck that was on the property. Officials with the State Health and Human Services Department are awaiting federal approval to tap into a temporary funding stream to help end a 13-year wait faced by New Mexico families seeking services under a developmental disabilities program. The officials told a panel of lawmakers Monday about their plan to move about 4,100 people off the waiting list and into services in the next 2 years. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Last week, We said goodbye to Facebook and said hello to Meta, Facebook's new name, and according to Facebook, its forward-thinking direction. I'm Kim Commando with what this really means, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. The word Meta comes from the Greek word meaning beyond. Zuckerberg says that Meta is Facebook's next step, a virtual world where you can live, play, and conduct business while wearing Facebook's Oculus virtual reality glasses. But back here in the real world, what's new? Certainly not Facebook's management or practices. I don't foresee any fundamental changes because, deep down, people don't care about their privacy. But amid Facebook's chaos and lawbreaking, Zuckerberg and his gang learned a valuable lesson. You simply can't run the world. With Meta, they're going to go for the next best thing. Meta, with Zuckerberg at the helm, will attempt to run the coming VR world. Stay updated at Commando.com. When you use the bathroom, you always close the door behind you, right? You don't want random passerbys just looking in. So why would you let people look in on you when you go online? Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door. Your ISP knows every single website you visit and can sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who will use your data to target you. ExpressVPN creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so that your online activity can't be seen by anyone. I use ExpressVPN on all my devices. It works on phones, laptops, even routers. Plus, it's as easy as closing the bathroom door. Just fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. If you're like me and believe that your online activity is your business, secure yourself by visiting expressvpn.com/Kim today. Use my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/Kim, to get an extra 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/Kim.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The NMMI Colts are in action today in a Class 3A state semifinal soccer match. NMMI will be playing at Santa Fe Prep for a chance to go to the finals. The Colts 14-4-1 overall. Santa Fe Prep's 12-2-1. That game starts at 3 o'clock. NMMI beat back St. Mike's on Saturday 5-1. John Zimmerman, senior for the Colts, had a goal and assist. Ben Zimmerman had a goal and an assist, also a senior. Those Zimmerman boys had it going on Saturday. So let's see how the Colts fare today in Santa Fe. If you're wondering whatever happened to the Goddard Lady Rockets, they lost on Saturday in the Class 4A quarterfinals 7-1. Volleyball tonight, Goddard at home against Artesia. They're both 3-1 in district play for the lead. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. American Airlines canceled more than 350 flights on Monday as disruptions caused by staffing shortages continued for a fourth straight day. On Sunday, American scrubbed more than 1,000 flights, more than one-third of its schedule. About 9,000 New York City municipal workers were put on unpaid leave for refusing to comply with a COVID-19 vaccine mandate, and thousands of city firefighters have called out sick in an apparent protest over the requirement, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio. About 9 in 10 city workers covered by the mandate have gotten vaccinated, and there have been no disruptions to city services as a result of staffing shortages, de Blasio told reporters. On Wall Street, the Dow up 94, closing at 35,913. The Nasdaq up 97 to 15,459, and the S&P 500 added 8 to 4,613. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The pandemic hurt small businesses all over New Mexico, even yours. And rebuilding your business is really tough. The state of New Mexico designed the Business Recovery Grant Program to help pay your business rent, lease, or mortgage payments. The average award is $50,000 and does not need to be paid back. As a business owner, you are dealing with a whole new set of challenges. Visit nmfinance.com/recovery to apply now so you can free up your cash and focus on your great comeback.
The Roswell Chavez County Economic Corporation, in partnership with New Mexico Workforce Connections and the City of Roswell, have put together a job fair hiring event November 4th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center. Come prepared to be interviewed on the spot, as this is a hiring event. Workforce Connections will provide laptops for those that need to apply online and a mobile station to help job seekers with resumes and interviews. To reserve a booth at this event, call 575-622-1975 or email M. Juarez at mjuarez@chavezcounty.net.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 7% of American adults, roughly 16.4 million Americans, believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. We don't know if they asked them where strawberry milk comes from. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm Rich Thomason. The national political spotlight shines on Virginia today. Voters electing a governor, choosing between Republican Glenn Youngkin and Democrat Terry McAuliffe. Very close race by many accounts, although several recent polls say Youngkin is pulled into the lead. Republicans hoping for an upset to give the party a surge going into next year's midterms.
RNC chairperson Ronna McDaniel says Republicans have been focused on election integrity in Virginia.
We've had 100% coverage at the absentee voting precinct in Fairfax since the day that absentee ballots have started coming in.
And she thinks in-person voting on Election Day favors Republicans.
A lot of it's going to come down to turnout on Election Day. Democrats are more likely to mail in their ballots. Republicans, we like to vote in person.
Both Democrats and Republicans say they see the Virginia gubernatorial race as a bellwether headed into the 2022 midterms. Bob Agnew reports.
A close race for governor in Blue State, New Jersey, where incumbent Democrat Phil Murphy is facing a serious challenge from Republican Assemblyman Jack Ciattarelli. Republicans have won 6 of the last 10 gubernatorial races in the Garden State. The Defund the Police movement on the ballot today in Minneapolis. The outcome could guide other cities considering similar change.
Voters are deciding whether to replace the police department with a new Department of Public Safety. This comes more than a year after George Floyd's death by an officer launched a movement to abolish or defund police across the country. Mayor Jacob Fry is also in a tough fight for a second term. He opposes the policing amendment and faces a bevy of opponents who attacked his leadership after Floyd's death and support the proposal. I'm Julie Walker.
Citing an increasingly challenging business and legal environment, Yahoo has sharply curtailed its offerings in China. Wall Street, the Dow's up 3 points and NASDAQ 37 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And this year, we're offering you early access to our incredible Black Friday sale so you can finally digitize your home movies and photos.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format. And with the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your Legacy Box, and we'll take care of the rest.
This is the first time we've offered Black Friday savings this early, and it's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season.
It's time to relive your most important memories and take advantage of Legacy Box's best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/LBox to get early access to our Black Friday sale. That's legacybox.com/LBox for an irresistible deal. legacybox.com/LBox.
The Chinese government urging citizens to stock up on basic food items just in case.
The notice from the Ministry of Commerce doesn't say exactly what emergencies people might face, but China continues to use strict lockdowns to curb the coronavirus, limiting people's ability to leave home and go shopping. There are also concerns over the supply of vegetables after unusually heavy rain damaged crops. Prices have soared in recent weeks. The announcement asks local authorities to ensure food supplies and stabilise prices. Chinese leaders constantly worry about maintaining order in society and fear food shortages could undermine their ability to govern.
That's BBC's Michael Bristow. Palestinian families in a tense neighborhood of Jerusalem have rejected an offer that would have delayed their eviction by Jewish settlers. Families' plight helped ignite protests and clashes earlier this year, eventually led to the 11-day Gaza war. Townhall.com. The Fed is set to announce some major policy changes.
With inflation at its highest point in 3 decades, the Federal Reserve expected this week to begin winding down the extraordinary aid it has given the economy since the pandemic recession struck early last year, a process that could prove to be a risky balancing act. Chair Jerome Powell has signaled that the Fed will announce after its policy meeting Wednesday that it will start pairing its $120 billion in monthly bond purchases as early as this month. Those purchases have been intended to keep long-term loan rates low to spur borrowing and spending. John Scott reporting.
The Biden administration launching a wide-ranging plan aimed at reducing methane emissions. That plan would tighten methane regulations for the oil and gas sector and would crack down on leaks from pipelines. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is up 27 points on the NASDAQ, trading 41 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to it.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to get a little more light out.
Yeah, gray skies are going to clear up, put on a happy face.
But you get an extra hour this weekend.
Yeah, you do. Fall back.
This is my favorite time change. The one I like.
It is. This is the enjoyable one. I will say that.
Yeah, you wake up Sunday morning, you're like, oh it's an hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going back to bed.
So this is what I've always done traditionally is because you can, it's the fallback weekend or the spring forward weekend really is a choose your own adventure weekend.
Yeah.
You can choose when to take your hour. Nobody says you have to have your extra hour of sleep. Nobody says you have to spend it unconscious. I mean, you can.
Sure.
And, if you feel like you need it, then by all means. But you could actually spend it on a Saturday. Let's say it's Saturday afternoon. You're like, oh, gosh, it's late. I want to stop watching the show.
Yeah.
You know what? I am going to set the clock back an hour right now.
Yeah.
You have the power of time change in your hands.
Yeah.
For twice a year.
Just be careful when you incorporate other people in your plan. Because if you're meeting up, you might want to get on board. Well, I've already started daylight or taking off daylight savings time, so it's really 7 a.m., not 8 a.m. in my world.
Right. That's the thing. Time is inconsequential. It's irrelevant. It's a construct that we've invented. So, but that's what's going to have next time. Cliff Pirtle presents his daylight savings time bill. I'm going to show up at the Roundhouse dressed as a wizard.
Okay.
Like with staff and everything. Be like, oh, listen to me. I give you the power of time change twice a year. Don't let this man take it away from you. We can have it together. You can choose whether it's 8 a.m. on a Friday or 7 a.m. on a Friday.
There you go. Actually, my wife, we do it more so for the spring forward.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday nights we do set the clocks back, and in our mental heads, we're like, oh, it's really 9 o'clock instead.
Yeah, I mean, don't go out there like advertising on the streets like I would. Don't go dressing like a wizard and go to the Roundhouse or anything.
But you. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
But it's just kind of a chance to, if you in your own household be like, you know what, let's take our hour now. Let's enjoy an extra hour. Maybe make it like a family game hour or something. Yeah.
Or if you want to really have fun, dress up in like turn of the century. Not our turn, the other turn.
Right. So it's like baggy pants and like.
But I think of
Britney
like
Spears t-shirts.
Think of Jules Verne and Time Machine, and then
steampunk.
Dress up that way, and then on your Saturday at any time say we're going back an hour, and you do the and
everyone.
go back. and then you
into the chamber.
And then you just replay the hour that you just had.
Nice.
That's the way to celebrate.
That would take some real skill though, because you would have to you'd have to do the whole go back in time thing, and then make sure everybody is on board to recreate the hour exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what if you want to really celebrate, that's how you really celebrate.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Not enjoying the hour that you have, but recreating an hour twice or having an hour twice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pick your favorite hour and recreate it.
It doesn't have to be the last hour. It could be like when you were 16.
Yeah, but that's true too.
I love this hour.
Yeah.
It was like I had a great hour.
Go back and pick your new hour.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go your level, if you want to go wizard, let's go real wizard.
Just be careful and make sure to do exactly what you did back then if you do this, because
you mess up the whole
That's right.
space-time continuum.
The entire construct of our universe could completely unravel at your discretion.
Exactly.
With one decision, with one wrong move, we could all be sent down a wormhole of terror.
Word.
Mm-hmm. 2 days off Halloween. That's the thing, is if you did Halloween right, chances are you got something you could do the whole steampunk. Actually, a guy showed up at a Halloween party I went to in full steampunk crow attire.
Oh, really?
It was very interesting. Yeah.
Crow and steampunk?
It was like the old steampunk crow mask thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the long metal nose.
I was thinking the movie The Crow, and he combined.
Right.
He did a fusion of
his
steampunk
wife was
and
a scarecrow,
The Crow.
and so he went steampunk crow.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
It was a good look.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think the steampunk thing's cool, but it's in its own unique way. I think it's creative and pretty neat, but I don't know. It's kind of like, is it futuristic? Is it old? I don't know, and I can't wrap my head around it.
I'm now dating a cosplayer.
Okay.
So I feel like I can pull it off in certain scenarios. It's not necessarily a look that you could pull off. It's not maybe some can, but me in my mid-30s, it's not a look that I feel like I could pull off every day. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Just with goggles on my head.
I'm curious. Do cosplayers commiserate?
Yes, it's called Comic-Con.
No. Let me finish my question.
I'm sorry.
Let me finish my question. Do cosplayers commiserate or ridicule LARPers?
Actually, well, from the
and vice versa. Do LARPers look down their nose on cosplayers?
I would argue that they all fall under the same umbrella.
I would argue that too, but do they kind of look at those weirdos, and then the other one's look at those weirdos?
I would think,
and it's just a big bag of weirdos.
I would think both cosplayers and LARPers lend themselves to the same family, and they both stand in judgment of furries. But that's
and bronies
and bronies. Well, actually, no, they all stand in judgment of bronies.
Yeah,
even furries are like, what the heck's wrong with you? Starlight, what now?
Yeah.
And your cutie mark, dude, go sit in the car.
You're a grown person.
Yeah. So. In the general hierarchy, I'm pretty sure it goes cosplayers, LARPers, like furries, and then somewhere down below, ventriloquists is
where do reenactors fall in all that?
Reenactors, they're up there.
Yeah.
I respect their craft because they have to. It's a lot of learning.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you got to get period authentic.
Exactly.
Got to learn to
all
hard
the pieces. Yeah, got it. Yeah, exactly. You got to eat just the most god awful food, just terrible stuff.
Let's recreate hardtack. Why? They didn't like it back then. We sure not gonna like it now.
Like those ones who are so committed to the reenactment that they die at 32 of sepsis. They really commit. Damn, Jim committed.
That dysentery. he was like, no, here's a pill. The dysentery's gone. No. I want to have it. Keep having it.
Did you hear Tom from accounting got diphtheria?
On that note, I'm doing the rundown.
Probably should.
We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Then here at 8:15 or so, we're going to be joined by author Larry Saito. Of course, we had him talk about his previous books and things, but he'll be joined by Pat Hiddle. He's authored a new children's book, and Pat was the illustrator, called Me and Jesse, Me and Danny. And
nice.
We're going to talk about the book. And, holidays are fast approaching. Give the gift of reading.
Yes,
I always love that one. And you got a local author and twist and spin on it. That's always a great thing.
That's a good one to give.
So we're going to talk about Me and Jesse and Me and Danny here with Larry and Pat in just a few minutes.
Nice.
Later on, we'll get you up to date with local news along with the Town Hall business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some light rain or drizzle possible today with a cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico. Our afternoon highs will be a lot cooler, 60 to 65. Cloudy overnight down to the mid-40s, and then another cloudy and cool day tomorrow, maybe a few light showers, and our high in the mid-50s. For Thursday, we're expecting to be sunny and warmer, back to the 60s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 86%, with winds currently out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy today. High is expected to get near 60. We may not even get fully to 60 today. North winds 5 to 10, and certainly with the lack of sun at the moment and the mist, don't feel like 60's anywhere near. But it's 51, so we're not actually that far off, but we'll see. Tonight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 45 degrees, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, even cooler, cloudy, high of 56 expected. Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could see some patchy freeze and fog tomorrow night, mainly after midnight, otherwise mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 39 degrees with northeast winds 5 to 10. Then for Thursday, some fog in the morning, but mostly sunny for the day. High of 62, and then we warm back up for Friday and the weekend, and really the early part of next week. Friday, sunny and 77. Saturday, more of the same, sunny skies, a high of 77. Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 79, so pushing 80 on Sunday. And once again, Monday next week, pushing 80 under sunny skies. So cooler temps for today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then we'll see a warm-up beginning on Friday. All right, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and then we're going to have Larry Saito and Pat Hiddle join us on the other side talking about the children's book that they've authored. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy. Like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company. But come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember. Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
One of the best parts of becoming a parent is watching your child hit milestones. But if your child isn't hitting those milestones, it could be because of a developmental delay. At Los Pasitos Early Intervention, we have the team, the tools, and the training to help parents recognize delays and provide resources. Through early intervention and in-home training, parents and children learn problem-solving skills and to use their own strengths to reach their goals. Talk to your child's pediatrician about early intervention with Los Pasitos, because early intervention can make a world of difference.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. During your lifetime, you'll produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools. Spit out this bit of information at your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Larry Saito back with us, and illustrator. We got author Larry Saito and illustrator Pat Hiddle this morning. Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Good morning.
Thanks
Doing great.
Thanks for coming back and coming and seeing us again. How's life been treating you guys? Just
super.
busy writing and creating, I guess, huh?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Writing, doing a lot of writing, and Pat's been doing a lot of drawing.
Well, good deal. Well, you kind of went in a different direction this time.
Yes.
Of course, we had you on about a year ago or so, talk about your mission series books and
Yes.
those, and those are way different than the book we're about to talk about here.
Yes.
But so I got to ask, what kind of inspired the change of direction here for you?
Well, I had been telling stories wherever I was about some of the foibles of my son and his best friend, Jesse.
Okay.
And someone said, why don't you write those down and write a book? And so that's how the book came about.
Okay. Now, the book's called Me and Jesse, Me and Danny.
Right.
And now, I was reading the synopsis online here. The setting for this one is in Iowa, right?
Yes.
So
What?
this like I know you'll know a lot of local references in some of your
Right.
books and things. This one is takes place in predominantly in Iowa, I guess.
Yes, western Iowa, a little
Okay.
town called Soldier.
Okay.
The town is probably lost because it's a town of 250. And
so if you blink, you miss it.
You literally can. You can drive right past. And I did that in a snowstorm going to another town.
Okay. And you and about 10 other people probably did the same thing.
Just drove right by it. But it's a neat little town. It's a primarily Norwegian background. But
Okay.
they are a wonderful group of people. And when we moved there, Dan, the kid across the street, was Jesse. They were the same age and the same kind of temperament.
Okay.
So
they just clicked.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And the whole thing really started with the story, one of the first stories about taking the two of them to a camp out.
Okay.
We had a little cabin in Nebraska, took them there, and well, make a long story short, but at the campfire, they were out there playing with the fire. I was inside trying to get a lamp going, and all at once I heard somebody talk to them. And they came running through. I thought they were going to crash through the screen door.
It got their attention.
They did. And so I said, well, who is it? Well, I don't know. Never saw him before. So we went out there, and he wasn't there. You could see for miles around, and there was nobody there. So that was the beginning of, well, a little bit of imagination.
Oh, cool. So it's really an adventure, probably a bit of a friendship buddy story.
Definitely.
And, and coming of age a little bit, where these kids go through the adventures together and slowly puts them on that path to adulthood.
That's right. There are
cool.
a lot of things that happen during the summer.
Okay.
Down by the river, chasing a salesman who they think is a spy, those kinds of things.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit is if folks can remember, well, they made a movie out of it, but it was originally a Stephen King book called The Body, but it's Stand By Me, the movie they made in the 80s. That story, it feels like it's got a lot of that flavor to it, that adventure and kids, being kids and experiencing things on the way. And it's really, like, at the end of the day, turns to be a real coming-of-age story. And it's just set in this unique time period or this unique location. That's really cool.
Right.
I got to ask, because my boss, Gene, who does our morning show and our teas and everything, he's from Iowa.
Oh.
So he's from Clinton, Iowa. Where would that be? And I'm not very good geography-wise with Iowa. Or in relation...
Clinton is quite a ways south.
Okay.
This is midway between Sioux City and Council Bluffs.
Okay. See, I think he would love to start talking Iowa with you.
Yes. Very close.
Yeah, him and his wife, they grew up in the Clinton, Iowa area.
Oh, yeah. It's a neat area.
Is it? Yeah. I'm not familiar with Iowa. I've never been.
This part of Iowa is in the middle of the Luss Hills.
Okay.
And it's a geological feature that is only found in one other place in the world.
Really?
In China.
Interesting.
It stretches from north of Sioux City down to almost Scotts Bluff. Luss is literally wind blown or dust blown.
Okay.
The wind created these hills, and they are beautiful to wander through.
Neat. Yeah, I've never been at that area before, and I would maybe I'll add that to the bucket list of something to,
Probably,
something to see. Yeah,
probably something
check out.
well worth going just to see Soldier.
Yeah. So now your Kield's book here. Obviously, this is the third printing here of this, or third run of this. So it's pretty popular here.
Yeah.
We got more coming soon. But as far as this is a children's book, but as far as you thinking what, like upper elementary, middle school?
Yeah, I would
age?
think upper elementary.
So maybe 4th grade to 7th, 8th grade, something like that.
Yeah, because that's the age of the boys.
Okay, so that's probably the reading level here
Right.
we're talking.
Mhm.
Of course, I would imagine if they're a little younger than that, you want to read as a family together,
Right.
as the parents, sit down and have story time
Well,
afterwards.
my son is now in his 40s, and when I sent him the rough draft, he sat down with his kids and read it. And
So they were your sounding board and your
and then I called Jesse. He lives in Iowa yet, and he said he told me one of the stories that's in there that I did not know.
Really?
It's called The Bomb in there. And he said, if my kids did some of the things we did, I'd kill them.
Right? That's the thing. We look back at our own adventures like I was doing some dumb things back then.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
now Pat was your
Yes.
illustrator on this. Now I'm curious, Pat. When do you kind of read the story and then picture it in your head and say that's what I'm going to? I mean, how do you or do you talk with Larry and use Larry's input? How does or is it I'm reading the story and here's my own interpretation of it?
Well, in the first place, I helped him to edit this book.
Okay.
So I was familiar with.
So
what
you were
we
helping
doing.
dotting the I's and crossing the T's and
right.
making sure the story flowed and
Right.
everything else. Okay.
And then I decided that I could take what I had read and turn that into something that I thought would represent that part of the book.
Gotcha. So like each
And
chapter.
Then we would get together.
Okay.
And we would say, well, this works. No, the church didn't look like this. It looked like this.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
he'd bring me a picture of what the actual church
Based on his
looked
memories
like.
and things.
No, he had actual pictures.
Okay.
And he had actual pictures of the boys at that age.
Okay.
So I felt like I knew those boys as well as my own.
And so
I'm
by the end
dying
of it,
to meet Danny.
well, that's just it. I mean, will you get a chance to meet some of the characters that these are based off of? The people that these characters are based off of?
I hope so.
Good.
And I would just love to meet him. That Danny was just a little scamp.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
Now, is this a period piece? Like, is this that like it takes place during the time these guys grew up and
Yes.
everything?
It's
not
during-
like set in modern times
No,
or
it's-
anything like
it's
that.
set in one summer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I've already collected, about a dozen more stories. that
Sure.
They started coming out with. There is one picture that Pat did. I don't know if I could find it quick, but.
Well, if you want to look,
I'll take a look.
Yeah, if you can find it here.
When I looked at that, I said, Pat, there it is.
You found it quick?
Yeah. That is my son.
Oh,
That's
wow.
exactly what he looked like.
That's great. Nailed it, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get a better,
It's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Where?
Oh no, they're looking at this one. They need to flip this.
Yeah, sorry. Oh.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
You know what? You're gonna have to get the book yourself and take a look
Yes.
at it. That's a tease.
That's right. That's right. Some of the art I asked Pat to do a little bit more rough, like it might be written by done by a 10-year-old. But
yeah,
but unfortunately, she's too much better than a 10-year-old. So they look a little better than they.
Well, they look, and they're amazing pictures. To me, it kind of sets a tone. It sets a feel of of what you want to look. It's kind of, very, just kind of slow life, but back, and that's I imagine, I've never been to Iowa, but I imagine spending time out in there. It's country life, and it's
country life.
Slower pace of the things, and there's great learning opportunities and great fun in that kind of stuff.
Well, I knew the general area there.
Okay.
Because we traveled by RV for 17 years before we moved here.
Okay, so you got to see the
so I had the feel of the area to start with, not Soldier, but that general area.
Sure.
One of the features that they spend a lot of time in the book is called the town ditch.
Okay.
Which is a huge gully. It's no longer there, but at the time it was a huge gully that was probably a football field wide.
Okay.
And 4 or 5 football fields long, but it had a canopy of trees.
Okay.
There were mulberry and mulberry trees, and there were bushes of raspberries.
Okay.
And gooseberries and those kinds of things. So the kids of town, and they all got together, would get together there and spend a lot of time creating games and
just
building
hanging
a
out.
fort and that kind of thing.
It was a fun area because you felt a little isolated in
Very
there.
much
and
so.
Yeah. I mean, we did the same thing as kids.
Yeah.
We'd go out in the woods and build forts and play army
Yeah.
and things like that. And, we'd go out in the middle of the woods and do it and have fun. And then when it was, be home for supper and you make sure you're home for supper. And that was kind of, that was growing up for me.
In the small town, they also have a whistle that blows at 6 o'clock.
That was the
signal.
Everybody knew it. That was the town street light.
Yes.
Where when the street light
Right.
comes on, it's time to go home. So for you, Pat, do you write your own stuff too, or do you just stick to the illustrations and the editing and stuff? Or?
Well, this was a new thing for me.
Okay.
Because I'm really a acrylic and oil artist.
Okay, so you kind of wanted to expand your own crafts and creativity.
Well, I was told I would expand it. And it was quite a challenge for me.
Sure.
To do just the line drawings of it, because when I'm painting, I don't do drawing.
Gotcha.
I do it with my brush.
Whereas a drawing is more detail oriented, where the brush you kind of free flowing, where the mood takes you a little bit.
Correct.
Okay. Now, do you now that you broke in and did it? Did you find out you really enjoyed doing it, or you're like, no, I'll stick to my painting?
It's interesting. It's opened a whole new world.
Sure.
Of art for me.
So you probably got inspired to maybe take your painting and stuff in different directions because of this.
Well, I have some of them at the gallery.
Okay.
Some of the original prints that when we do the book signing.
Okay.
Then we'll have some of the original.
Gotcha.
Pictures
collector's
from the book.
items and things. Some signed copies, artwork and things.
And while we're there, we'll be there Friday evening.
Okay.
For Friday, First Friday.
This Friday, is this Friday, First Friday? Sure enough is, isn't it?
And he'll be signing books.
And you're going to
I'll
be at the Artist Gallery here across the street?
Yes.
Right.
If you've never been in there, go in there.
Oh, it is nice.
It's a beautiful place. It's a gallery where local artists can come and practice art, but also showcase their art. So if you're looking for great local artists and artwork, it's like a mall, a central hub for all of that right there. And on First Fridays, a lot of times they'll have maybe some of the theater groups in there doing stuff with the kids. This Friday, you'll be there doing some book signings for hopefully getting copies of this book right here for folks. So good deal. Hopefully, the shipment will be ready to go.
Yeah,
but, cross fingers. But so if you'd like to get a copy, probably the easiest way is to come out this Friday to the Artist Gallery, to Main Street Arts, right here out on downtown, right in the main street, right there near the coffee shop. Everything right there.
Yeah.
You can't miss it downtown.
There will be more copies there even after the book signing.
So if you can't make it Friday night,
stop in there.
Maybe you're at a football game or something.
I've been selling them. I'm an artist there too.
Okay.
And
so you got some of your artwork
so
there
I have
too?
some of my artwork there.
All right. Get a Pat Hiddle original.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
I feel like it's got a ring to it. We could do like a whole Pat Hiddle original. I think we can start a company.
Sounds like a song, doesn't it?
Yeah. Definitely some marketing right there we could do something with. But
we've also talked about doing another one that I've started based on my experiences living in a mortuary.
Oh, lovely.
And we're beginning that. I haven't, I've got the first story.
I got to do the puns. People are going to be dying to read that.
They will. Yeah.
I cannot not do that pun. I have to do it.
Well, if we'd been a few days earlier, we'd have been just in time for Halloween.
It would have worked right in here, too. But let me ask, Larry, has this, after this experience writing me and Jesse, me and Danny, is it opened the door for more children's books in the future, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Good.
But, it's one of those things where my writing is...
Well, you have the series.
Yes.
On the one side here, is this going to turn into a series, you think?
I believe it will.
Okay, good.
Well,
the Me and Jesse, Me and Danny series.
Right. Well, the neat thing is that people who have read it or read the initial version have been sending me notes telling me of their stories.
Oh.
And some of their stories will probably work into the next book.
Gotcha.
So
everyone's relating based on their own things,
right.
And they're kind of, and that's the beauty of reading, really,
Right.
because you get to take someone's story, this case your guy's story, and people get to read it, and then they get to make their own comparisons and their own associations to that story. And like you said, a lot of times it reminds them of their own childhood and their own experiences. And who knows, maybe reading this with your own kids starts setting the table for a new family adventure,
Right.
sparks an interest in a new family thing. So
One thing, I had a friend who wrote to me and said, you got the name wrong. Grammatically, it should be Jesse and me and Danny and me. And I had to write back and said, that's not the way 10-year-olds talk.
Yeah, this is through the mind of a 10-year-old.
And their English teacher was one of those I sent a copy to, and she didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Because she knew that that's exactly how those 10-year-olds talk.
Sure. And this is an artistic adventure here.
That's
and,
right.
And it takes away from the story if you're doing everything grammatically correct sometimes. And,
exactly.
And you don't want to do that. So you will have to excuse the grammar for the reason of storytelling.
That's right.
So what about you, Pat? Do you want to illustrate another book after this? Are you ready? Like if he's going to do the Me and Jesse, Me and Danny series, are you ready to start drawing some more panels and things?
Well, if we've worked together for a while now, I think I probably will.
You think you put up with him? All right.
Yeah.
So again, you can get copies of the book at the Main Street Arts this Friday, first Friday. Come on out, but it'll be available whenever their business hours are open. There.
That's right.
Right.
Is there an online resource they can get it anywhere, or if they want
they can get it through Amazon.
Okay.
They can get it through.
So you're out of town friends and family, if you'd like to get a copy for, say, Christmas or something.
If they've got my email, and my email is on there somewhere.
Is on the card here, maybe?
It's larry.cdo
Here it is.
at gmail.com.
Yep, larry.sydow@gmail.com.
Right.
And he'll definitely make sure that a copy comes your way. Is this for me?
Yes, that's for you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I was about to give it back to you, then I saw he autographed it for me, and I was like, oh, thank you very much. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I think folks will get a kick out of this, and this is like that perfect bonding experience. I think, especially if you get kids 4th, 5th grade, where they still want to kind of be near mom and dad, but some moments they're like, no, go away. They're kind of in that transition time period, and this is that time that helps with that bonding and kind of gets them that transition to where when they want to do the things on their own, they kind of got some imagination and creativity to go with it, and then you as a parent can kind of explain, all right, that's the difference between story and real life.
So true. Yeah, I think imagination and creativity are part of it. One of the advantages, actually, the kids have talked about growing up in a small town like that is they had none of the limits of the big city.
That's very true.
They also didn't have the pre-programmed athletic programs. They had to create their own.
Sure.
And these kids did.
Yeah. Well, and I think so many people relate to that because every kid in small town USA probably had a similar story or something, especially if they're all in the age period, in the time period of these children in the book. I mean, that was the way of the world at kind of that time, and it was a happy, simpler time in many aspects.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, as a girl growing up, I was the only girl in the area that didn't play with dolls.
You were like, no, I want to play with the cool kids.
Yeah, the boys. There were 9 of them, and I ran around with the boys. I had to learn to play baseball. I had to learn to play football. I had to learn all the things that the other girls weren't interested in.
And it was probably cool because every time you beat one of them, they got ridiculed mercilessly because, man, Pat beat you. She's not supposed to be good at this. Pat beat you.
Well, they just treated me as one of the boys.
Just part of the gang there.
Which was great till I got to high school.
You didn't want to be treated
and then
like
there
one
were
of the boys.
9 brothers.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You probably had the worst trouble dating because if anybody wanted to do anything with you, that any of these 9 guys, I'm sure there was a lot of jokes of shovels and bags of lime and all that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
She better come back and just as good as you took her out in, or we're gonna have a problem.
Well, because of that, I thought that I really related to the book more than some girls.
Sure,
would.
because you did those kind of adventures with your friends growing up,
and that's why I love the book.
And I'd be honest, I think there's probably a lot of girls like that too.
There are.
I remember growing up as kids too, and we had our circle of guys. We were riding our bikes and things, but there was 1 or 2 girls that would hang out with us and play Army or play the sports with us and stuff too, or or at least part of the conversation and everything, part of the group of people. And but then there would be times where when the guys would go really into the dirt, the girls would be, all right, let's go do our girl stuff, But in the beginning there, when we were all younger, it was all playing bikes and doing all things. And as we got older and boys start wanting to do more boy things and girls start wanting to do more girl things, they kind of separated a little.
Well, it was more fun doing boy things than girl things.
I would agree with that. I see the dolls and things like, who really wants that stuff? That looks boring. G.I. Joe and all this is the way to go right here. But again, the book is called Me and Jesse, Me and Danny, and it is it's a coming of age buddy story. It's kids' experience in life. So time period, is this 80s?
Yes.
Predominantly 80s, growing up as kids in the 80s here and things like that. So think of that setting. Think of those stories. I think this is going to be great. Set in Iowa. Come out first Friday. Come on. If you're out and about visiting all the different businesses and hitting the restaurants and enjoying, make sure you hit the Main Street Artist Gallery here. It's right downtown. Go in there. Check out the cool art. If you've never been in there, shame on you. It's really a cool place to check out. Go in there, do some shopping, check around. And then, of course, Pat and Larry will be here doing a book signing there. What time are you there? Like from 5:30 to 8 or something like that, or 8:30 or whatever.
I think around that time.
Generally the first Friday hours, which I think they get underway about 5:30, and they go till about 8 or so.
Right.
But you'll be at the Main Street Arts there, and then come shop, come learn about the book, get a copy, get 2 copies, and like I said, the holidays are right around the corner. These make great Christmas gifts for family. Especially and like you said, the book is geared more for like upper elementary, 4th, 5th grade to about middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. That's kind of the sweet spot that the kids that will really appreciate.
But there's another age group that seems to like it a lot, and that is the age group that my son is in now.
Okay.
In the 40s.
So
and
the
50s,
40s and
because it takes them back to those good old
Nostalgic,
days.
yeah. We because all of us, like we were talking earlier, probably chewed some of the same dirt growing up and doing
So
the same
true.
thing. So very
Yeah.
good. Where can they go if they want to learn about all your books? Like if you want to learn more about your other series and all that too, is there a website they can go to? Or obviously they can talk to you on Friday when you're...
Talk to me on Friday, but probably my email is the best way, and I can send them something.
Very good. And one more time, that email address is larry.sydow, SYDOW, @gmail.com. And then, of course, come on out to First Friday. Go to the Main Street Gallery. It's right downtown here, almost directly across the street from where we're at down here in the J.P. White building.
222 Main Street.
There you go.
North Main.
Right downtown. And come hungry, too, because there's always like food and stuff right around in the area and walking up and down and things to see and do and music. It's a fun, festive evening. So come be a part of it. Is there anything we missed that you guys wanted to get out there? Did we skip over or got sidetracked on?
I think we did a pretty good job.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And congratulations
Appreciate
on another successful book. Pat, congratulations on being in the illustrator world now. Next thing you know, you'll be the next Mel Blanc or...
Not likely.
Look what I got you into.
That's right. We're going to start calling you Patty Blank.
I've been called worse.
Well, if you got to work on voices to be a true Mel Blanc, but if you get the illustrations, that's a start there.
Right.
So, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.
All right.
All right. It is 8:45. Let's go ahead and pause for some local news. Town Hall business update. Quick break as well. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Sunday night, Chavez County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a ranch on Bottomless Lakes Road in reference to a man being on the property asking for a ride. The man stole a side-by-side and drove it toward the river, driving through the rancher's fences, eventually getting the side-by-side stuck in the fence. The ranchers went looking for the vehicle. They found it, and the man who they held at gunpoint until deputies could get there. The male subject was arrested. The side-by-side was returned to the owner. It was also discovered during the investigation that the man had taken a couple of tools from the shop and also went through a work truck that was on the property. Officials with the State Health and Human Services Department are awaiting federal approval to tap into a temporary funding stream to help end a 13-year wait faced by New Mexico families seeking services under a developmental disabilities program. The officials told a panel of lawmakers Monday about their plan to move about 4,100 people off the waiting list and into services in the next 2 years. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends 6 months of their lifetime waiting for a red light to turn green. Share this information with a police officer that pulls you over the next time you run a red light. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some light rain or drizzle possible today with a cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico. Our afternoon highs will be a lot cooler, 60 to 65. Cloudy overnight down to the mid-40s, and then another cloudy and cool day tomorrow, maybe a few light showers, and our high in the mid-50s. For Thursday, we're expecting to be sunny and warmer, back to the 60s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. American Airlines canceled more than 350 flights on Monday as disruptions caused by staffing shortages continued for a fourth straight day. On Sunday, American scrubbed more than 1,000 flights, more than one-third of its schedule. About 9,000 New York City municipal workers were put on unpaid leave for refusing to comply with a COVID-19 vaccine mandate, and thousands of city firefighters have called out sick in an apparent protest over the requirement, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio. About 9 in 10 city workers covered by the mandate have gotten vaccinated, and there have been no disruptions to city services as a result of staffing shortages, de Blasio told reporters. On Wall Street, the Dow up 94, closing at 35,913. The Nasdaq up 97 to 15,459, and the S&P 500 added 8 to 4,613. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The demand for registered nurses continues to grow. Now is the time to apply for New Mexico's #1 ranked nursing program at ENMU Roswell. A new class of first-year students will be accepted for this coming January 2022 semester. Receive state-of-the-art training with experienced faculty who will prepare you for a rewarding career in nursing. Application deadline is November 5th. For more information, call 575-624-7401.
The Roswell Chaves County Economic Corporation, in partnership with New Mexico Workforce Connections and the City of Roswell, have put together a job fair hiring event November 4th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center. Come prepared to be interviewed on the spot, as this is a hiring event. Workforce Connections will provide laptops for those that need to apply online and a mobile station to help job seekers with resumes and interviews. To reserve a booth at this event, call 575-622-1975 or email Morez at mjuarez@chavezcounty.net.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
to remember.
Where can you find the best selection of beautiful and unique home decor in the region? Easy, Casa Decor in Ruidoso. For years, people from all over have come to Casa Decor for the best selection of rustic, real wood furniture, beautiful decor from the Southwest and beyond, and quality outdoor furniture and accessories that are built to last a lifetime. At Casa Decor, they have over 10,000 square feet of showroom for everything you need. Casa Decor opens 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 at 1214 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso or online at casadecorruidoso.com. Proud supporter of local high school sports.
Children learn through play and exploration of the environment around them. That's why Little Steps Learning Center provides a safe, developmentally appropriate learning environment, which fosters a child's natural desire to explore, create, and become a lifelong learner. The center is open to children 1 to 12 years of age from all walks of life and development, and Little Steps offers pickup service from several local schools in the area. Open 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Call 575-623-6402. Little Steps Learning Center, because little steps are the biggest steps.
Wait for it. It's coming. Spring River Park and Zoo present Race for the Zoo 2021. Saturday, November 13th, beginning at 9 a.m. It's a 5K with a 2-mile option. And you can run, walk, crawl, scuttle, whatever. With t-shirts for all races and awards and trophies for the fastest finishers. Proceeds go towards keeping our furry and feathered friends cared for. For more information, contact the Roswell Parks and Recreation Department at 575-624-6719. And register online at roswellconnect.com. Race for the Zoo 2021, November 13th, 9 a.m. at Spring River Zoo.
What makes a company a true success? It's the people in the company that make all the difference. So offering your employees better health insurance only makes good business sense. True Health New Mexico gives them access to more than 10,000 providers and a truly huge list of low or no-cost prescription medicines, all at a cost that lets you stay true to your employees and to your bottom line. Visit us at truehealthnewmexico.com. It's a true investment in your greatest assets, Your people. So true.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A U.S. quarter has 119 grooves at its edge. A dime has one less groove. So by definition, that makes a dime less groovy. Here's Mike Winters.
Ha-cha-cha. Good morning. It is 8:54. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to talk Veterans Celebration with American Legion, and Barbara Gomez will be joining us as well, because happening that same morning will be the Heroes 5K. So we're going to talk Heroes 5K and Veterans Day celebration, which, by the way, it's all this Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. Veterans Day is next Thursday. But we are celebrating it this Saturday because, well, let's face it, people are usually busy working and things Thursday, and they get frowned upon when you shut down roads and stuff on a middle of a work day. So Saturday it is. So we'll be doing it this Saturday, but we'll have Louie and Lee and Jan and Barbara joining us next hour, and we'll chit-chat all about the Veterans Day and Heroes 5K. Today, in case you haven't heard, is Election Day. All day long. Polls are open, 7 to 7. Some of us have things to vote for. Some of us have a little less. I went and looked at but if you go to nmvote.org, www.nmvote.org, you can go and see your voting history in New Mexico. You can see where you're affiliated, if you're party affiliated, what districts you fall into. You will see a sample ballot of this election, and of course, if you want to see future ones. For me, it's not so much of an election. I don't have any school board of votes to vote for. I think I've got 2 public water supervisors or something, and I'm like, how's that even an elected position? I'm like, I don't care who fixes the water. It's the guy that's most qualified. I don't think we need to vote on this. But anyway, that's not my decision. So, I was like, well, how many other things do I get to vote on? Like the guy that does ice cream in my neighborhood's a jerk. I want to see if I can vote a new one, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, but that's not the case with everybody. There are school board elections today, some contested races there, and so some people have important decisions to make. If you're not sure if you're one of them, go to nmvote.org, see your sample ballot, and then you can go to any one of the 12 voting convenience centers that are open right now. They're open till 7 p.m. tonight. Let me give you the quick rundown in case you can find these also at the clerk's office. If you go to chavezcounty.gov, you can go through there. But voting is taking place at the Roswell Mall, 4501 North Main, Central Church of the Nazarene at 901 East Country Club, West Country Club Church of Christ at 700 West Country Club Road, the Roswell Museum, 100 West 11th Street, Boys and Girls Club at 201 South Garden, the New Mexico Game and Fish office there on College, 1615 West College, East Grand Plains Elementary there at on East Grand Plains, 3773 East Grand Plains, the Chavez County Clerk's office, which is at 1 St. Mary's Place. Pro tip there, it's not actually in the clerk's office. It's at the south end of the building. If you go through the main entrance, you're going to be going through a maze of hallways forever. And you're like, where is this stupid voting thing? Just go to the south end, There's a big sign that says, vote here. Go there, and then you won't have to go through the maze of... Now, if you want to go through, and by all means, have fun, but you don't have to. And then Church on the Move is a voting location, 901 West Brasher. The Dexter Central Office for folks in Dexter, 100 North Lincoln. For folks in Hagerman at the Hagerman Joy Center, 503 East Argyle. And then in Lake Arthur at Lake Arthur Schools, 700 West Broadway. Now, you can vote at any one of these locations. Just because you don't live in Dexter doesn't mean you can't vote in Dexter, and vice versa. If you live in Dexter and you work here in Roswell, go vote at any of these places in town and on your lunch hour, or vice versa. If you live here, but you work in Lake Arthur or Dexter or Hagerman, go to the polling location there in town and vote. If you're a resident of Chavez County and are registered to vote, you can go to any one of these locations and vote. Just once, though. It's not vote early, vote often. I asked. It doesn't work that way. Because you go in there and be like, well, good, can I have another one? I might want to do it again. And they said, no, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, you sure? And they said, that's true. But, yeah, go do that. And, again, check out that nmvote.org. It's great. You can go in there. Only thing they ask of you is your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and the county you reside in. And you put those 4 pieces of information, they tell you everything else you need to know there. You know, who you voted for in past elections, who you get to vote for this time, what's your actual voting districts, and people are like, what school board district am I in? There you go. It's right there. What county commission district am I in? Right there. It's all right there. So nmvote.org. All right, it is 8 o'clock. Time for some town hall news. We're going to do that now, and then we'll be back, and then we're talking veteran stuff on the other side. Don't go away.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Virginia providing the first big test of how voters feel about the Biden presidency. The governor's race was supposed to be a comfortable Democrat win, but on this election day, it is shrouded in suspense instead. The polls pointing to a tight race between Democrat Terry McAuliffe and Republican Glenn Youngkin. University of Virginia political analyst Larry Sabato says the outcome could be a bellwether for the 2022 midterms.
If the race goes to the Republican, and it might, or even if the race is close, and it almost certainly will be, Republicans will take heart in that and will project this forward, rightly or wrongly, to November 2022, when a third of the Senate, the whole House of Representatives, and 36 governorships are on the ballot.
And the polls pointing to a close race in New Jersey, where Democrat incumbent Governor Phil Murphy being challenged by Republican Assemblyman Jack Ciattarelli. The Biden administration planning to tighten environmental regulation of the oil and gas industry with an eye toward cutting methane emissions. The president telling the UN Climate Summit in Scotland that slashing those emissions will do more than help the climate.
This isn't just something we have to do to protect the environment in our future. It's an enormous opportunity for all of us, all of our nations, to create jobs and make meeting climate goals a core part of our global economic recovery as well.
New poll indicates that Democrats want someone other than Joe Biden as their presidential nominee in 2024. It's an NPR PBS NewsHour Marist poll released this week. Just 36% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents say their party will have a better chance winning the White House with President Biden at the top of the ticket. Watching Wall Street, stocks are higher. The Dow's up 85 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index ahead 49. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
Lebanon's oldest English language newspaper, latest victim of the country's financial crisis.
The Daily Star's editor-in-chief emailed its journalists to say with a heavy heart all staff were being laid off. The paper was founded in Lebanon in 1952, one of the Arab world's first English-language dailies. It has covered the region's news for audiences around the world, becoming a launchpad for many Lebanese and foreign reporters. Its print edition stopped last year, and its website hasn't been updated for a fortnight. The closure is a further sign of Lebanon's deepening economic crisis. Several other media outlets have faced a similar fate.
That's BBC's Tom Bateman. An explosion at the entrance of a military hospital in Kabul has killed 3 people, wounded at least 16. City residents reported hearing 2 explosions in the area of the hospital in Kabul's 10th district, along with the sound of gunfire. News and analysis at townhall.com. American Airlines is still struggling.
They're trying to dig out from under a blizzard of canceled flights over the last few days. By mid-afternoon Monday, American had canceled more than 400 flights. It's the 4th straight day of major disruptions at American, which canceled more than 1,000 flights on Sunday. American hopes to fix its operations by hiring more flight attendants, pilots, and reservations agents. The airline encouraged thousands of workers to quit last year when air travel collapsed during the pandemic, then was caught shorthanded when travel bounced back this year. Keith Peters reporting.
Tesla issuing a recall that automatically sent a software update fixing a safety problem in its electric vehicles. The recall, apparently heading off a looming confrontation with U.S. safety regulators, covers nearly 12,000 Teslas with a glitch in the full self-driving software that can make the car stop for no good reason, increasing the risk of a crash. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it, flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ, the travelation. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. I don't think he's coming in. I don't think he's coming in. Trace Inviernos, I got it. I got it for him. I don't think he's coming in. That's our little game we play each and every hour. He comes in and yells the dues for hour 2, and then we actually have a trick on hour 3. Because if I say hour number 3, he's got to say Trace Inviernos. If I say hour number Trace, he's got to say hour number 3. And he doesn't know when I'm going to do it. And then if I get him to slip, then I win. What do I win? Nothing. Just the satisfaction of me making him say something wrong. But I did get him once. I wait till the most inopportune times. This is why people think I'm a jerk. I was waiting today, he just had a huge fight about to get divorced. I mean, he just had this whole world, and I hit him with the hour number Trace, and he missed it, and I took great joy, and I did it at his weakest moment.
Wow.
And I was happy, and he wasn't. People judge me for it.
The sadism of Mike Winters.
You know what?
Who knew, right?
Yeah. Hey, you ain't ready to handle the consequences, shouldn't play the game. Know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
I ain't
kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down.
I teach valuable, good people lessons all day. Once in a while, I need one for me.
All righty.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
don't worry, he'll get you back someday.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm just kidding. We do that, but in all seriousness, we do that for fun. So, but he's in there pretending to work. So, I kid.
So he
He's
can't
doing
hear
his-
you, right?
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I'm sure I hear about. He's probably sitting in there. I heard every word because he can hear everything. These rooms aren't very soundproof. But anyway, good morning. It is 8 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. We do have a full slate for you for this hour of the show. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a few, which is much cooler today and tomorrow and even Thursday. But Friday, it's going to warm up again. So
Please tell me it's not raining Saturday.
no talk of rain.
Okay, good.
I did not see one iota of rain, but for parade and everything on Saturday, excuse me, expect upper 70s, like 70,
Woohoo.
77, 78.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Nice.
Yeah, let all your shamans know, don't do a rain dance.
Yeah, we got no problem
Not
with rain
yet.
here. Actually, I say that, and I'm going to jinx it. So, yeah, I know.
There you go. Knock on wood.
Because that's what happens in New Mexico. We all know.
Yeah.
Louis knows.
Hey,
You
go
don't-
wash your car.
5% chance of rain, we're getting the mother load. 99% chance it might get cloudy. That's kind of how it works around here. But we'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Then here about 9:15 or so, we're going to be joined in studio. Lee and Jen and Louis Mestis joining us from American Legion, and then Barbara Gomez joining us from the Heroes 5K. And we're going to be talking all about our Veterans Day celebration, which is this Saturday. Veterans Day itself is next Thursday, the 11th there, but actual Veterans Day celebration will be this Saturday here in Roswell. We're going to have our veterans assembly, celebration, and parade, and then a little shindig at the Wool Bowl there. Of course, the Heroes 5K will take place leading up to that, and we're going to talk all about that here in just a few. So get your veteran on. I like it. It's gonna be, and the weather's gonna be perfect.
Yep.
Like I've seen some years past where we've had like the run in the morning. And
I was just thinking about that this morning.
Yeah.
Being there when it was raining, and
Yeah.
that is not fun.
And the first frost has already happened. Yeah, not this year. Don't worry about that this year. So we're going to chit-chat about that. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your town hall business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Hey, don't forget this Saturday, not only is our Veterans Day celebration, but Kiwanis of Roswell's got a busy Saturday as well.
right.
They're going to be doing their golf ball drop Saturday morning out at the New Mexico Military Institute golf course. They don't actually drive the fire truck on the golf course. The grounds people would probably murder some people if
Yes.
they did that. So what they do is they drive it up to the parking lot right, I think behind like the Best Western or that area, and they drive right up to the fence of the golf course there. And then they have the big fire truck ladder lean over into the golf course. And then I guess somebody has to carry a bunch of golf balls up there. I don't know who gets that short straw.
Yeah.
But they got to climb up the ladder, go up there, and then drop a bunch of golf balls. And they got a little target on the ground. And the 6 closest golf balls to the target will win first 6th through 6th place. There's cash prizes. There's awesome gift cards. It's just $10 for a golf
That's right.
ball.
That's right.
Matter of fact, Barbara can get you one.
Yes, I
Here.
can. So if you need a ticket, it's not too late to get a golf ball. So call me 626-8033, or just contact one of us Kiwanians if you know us.
And if you're a Facebooker, there's the Kiwanis of Roswell page. You just shoot a
That's
message
true.
on
Facebook.
there, and they'll be happy to get that. And then later in the day, after you're done with our veteran celebration, you can participate in a great concert. Swearingen and Kelly. It's the music of Simon and Garfunkel. I've heard their stuff online. They're really good. They do. I think they have some of their own stuff too. They do that's not Simon and Garfunkel. I don't think they're playing any of that at this, but they really do a great job of it. So there's 2 shows. There's a matinee on Saturday at 2 p.m. So after you're done with the Veterans Parade, you can have lunch and then meander on over to the Roswell Community Little Theater. If that's too early for you, they've got a 7:30 p.m. Evening performance as well. Tickets for the concert are available at roswelltheater.com. It's a little different than normal shows there. It's open seating. This one is a reserve seating event, $28 for reserve seating, or you can get the $40 VIP experience, which gets you preferred seating, a meet and greet with Swearingen and Kelly before the concert.
And the Taste of Roswell.
And the Taste of Roswell and swag, and you get treated
appetizers and
quite frankly, like a VIP, hence that part. But you get to rub elbows there and have some fun. And all of this helps. Now the golf ball drop, all the funds for that will go to the Kiwanis of Roswell, which goes to the all-inclusive park that the city and the Kiwanis are putting together right now. The Swearingen and Kelly concert is going to split those proceeds down the middle. Half of it will go to the Kiwanis for the all-inclusive park. The other half will go to the Roswell Community Little Theater. That's a partnership fundraising event. They need a new roof at the theater out there. So that is going to, that's another good reason why it's not going to rain on Saturday. You might get wet. I kid. They got buckets. But they got plenty of buckets. But they do need
paper to put over your head.
They do need a roof. So
bring your own umbrella. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful facility, and but yeah, they do need a new roof. So definitely, I think it leaks in other parts, not the part where you're sitting.
Okay.
Good deal. But that's coming up this weekend, so lots there. All right, it is 9:14. Let's go ahead and take a quick update for weather. Here it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some light rain or drizzle possible today with a cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico. Our afternoon highs will be a lot cooler, 60 to 65. Cloudy overnight down to the mid-40s, and then another cloudy and cool day tomorrow, maybe a few light showers, and our high in the mid-50s. For Thursday, we're expecting to be sunny and warmer, back to the 60s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, helps if you go to the weather page instead of my commercial production page. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 86% with winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Cloudy today for the most part. High near 60. We may not get to 60. Winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight low of 45 with south winds 5 to 10. Hey, y'all looking for good news? At least it's not windy. Oh, you complainers. At least it's not windy. For you Wednesday, cloudy. High of only 56 tomorrow. Highs in the 50s tomorrow. Winds out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, some patchy fog after midnight, but mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 39. Northeast winds 5 to 10. Thursday, one more day in the 60s for this week. Some fog and stuff in the morning, but mostly sunny for the day. 62 for a high on Thursday with east winds 5 to 10. And then Friday, that's when the warm-up starts and hangs around for a few days. Sunny and 77 for Friday. Saturday, sunny, 77. Sunday, sunny and 79. And even Monday, when you head back to work and school, sunny and 79 degrees. So a little cooler today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then back into more unseasonably New Mexico weather like we're coming to expect. The warm weather that we shouldn't be getting, but we expect, and we'll complain if we don't get either way. All right. It is 9:16. We're going to take a 2.5-minute commercial break, and then we're going to talk Veterans Celebration and Heroes 5K. Barbara Gomez and Lee, Jen, and Louie going to join us here in just a few. Don't go away.
Kiwanis of Roswell and the Roswell Community Little Theater present the music of Simon and Garfunkel, performed by folk duo Swearingen and Kelly, Saturday, November 6th at the Roswell Community Little Theater. Fundraiser performance times will be at 2 p.m. and at 7:30 p.m. Reserve seats are $28 and VIP $40. Purchase tickets online at roswelltheater.com or call 575-513-8119. Don't miss this fundraising tribute to the magical sounds of Simon and Garfunkel by Swearingen and Kelly, Saturday, November 6th, 2 and 7:30 p.m. at the Roswell Community Little Theater.
Come see the balloons. Come hear the tunes. It's Artesia's annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 5th through the 7th. Weather permitting, the hot air balloons will launch from Eagle Draw between the blocks of Roselawn and 13th Street, 7 a.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. Sunday. For more info, call the Chamber at 746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Balloons and Tunes in Artesia, New Mexico, November 5th through 7th. Join your friends. Ad paid by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Looking for a hot cup of coffee and a breakfast burrito to start the day? Brewer's got it. What about a midday snack or a pick-me-up? Brewer's got it. Dinner for the family after a long day? Brewer has what you need. Brewer's grill locations have extended hours, serving up all your favorites and brand new craveables, like their mushroom Swiss burger, their bacon and green chili chicken sandwich, and more. Find your nearest brewer online, then call ahead for super quick pickup. Fuel your smile at a locally owned brewer near you. Whatever you need, Brewer's got it.
If you're faced with a decision on your current job and career path, please consider an advertising sales position with Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company. We have a veteran sales staff to work with and learn from. We represent 5 radio stations and an online platform that reaches thousands of listeners and viewers across the Pecos Valley and beyond. We pay a base salary and expense reimbursement, plus a generous commission plan. Within your first year, you could be earning $35,000 to $40,000 or more with room for growth. You won't be stuck in an office, you'll have lots of time for your family, and we'll never ask your vaccination status. If you're interested, email jobs@pvbcradio.com and ask to speak with Vice President and General Manager Thomas Beard today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The world's oldest chewing gum dates back to at least 5,000 years. After chewing it, they stuck it at the bottom of their desk. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from American Legion Post 61 family, we have Lee and Jen with us. From American Legion Post 28, Louis Mesta's with us. And then Talking Heroes 5K, Barbara Gomez with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
How's everybody doing? Good. I say we have 2 commanders here. We have Commander Louis and Commander Lee. I'm sorry. Commanders? Remember?
So 28 and 61, right?
Yes. Yeah, well, and this is something that for several years now, both Legion Posts have joined together to put on a Veterans Day presentation. I'd say at least last 3-4 years now.
This is the
third year now. And this year, we're going to be doing it again. Vietnam is the theme for this year's Veterans Day ceremony recognition. And we got a good one this year, don't we, Louis? This one, I mean, we have good guest speakers, but I ain't trying to brag a little bit, but we kind of got a big deal this time.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Well, I will tell you, we got more stuff going on at this parade than we've had since
last one. No, I'm just kidding.
Since 2017. I mean, really, this has been, lots of interest, lots of participation. I mean, the National Guard's going to come out. It's not going to be a big contingency, but I've got car clubs and motorcycle clubs. And
all right. So
people
we're going to
that have just been interested. I did put a call into Pirtle. Hopefully he can bring his tractors, but they never call me back.
Well, there's room if you want them. And to be honest, if you want to be in the parade on Saturday, just come out
show up.
To the they're kind of assembling in the parking lot there behind the Chaves County Courthouse there off Virginia.
And Pioneer Plaza.
And the Pioneer Plaza, which is across the... So basically, you're going to be flanking the courthouse, one side on Virginia or on the other side across Main Street there.
Yeah, we just need people to avoid Main Street south of 4th. The Patriot Guard will be parking right at 4th and Main, just south.
Okay.
And usually the National Guard, whatever trucks that they bring, will be on the other side of the street.
Okay.
There. So we need to avoid that. But your entrance into the parade will be at 4th and Main.
Okay.
We'll have people out there directing who can go where and when.
If you get there early enough, you could park and then walk over to Martine's and get you some. My go-to is Huevos Rancheros with the green chili stew. But y'all do you.
Oh, yeah. It'll be good.
Wake up.
But we should probably talk about the 5K first because that's what's
now that's
going
to
to
actually kick off the Saturday.
Right.
Will be the Heroes 5K, which gets underway. What about 7 in the morning?
Well,
I think.
actually, start. You can start registering at 6:45 in the morning.
Do you have that in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, 6:45.
You can register and pick up your T-shirt, pick up your bag with swag in it.
Okay.
And we will be at the Berkshire Hathaway parking lot.
Okay, which is right downtown, right
5th and Main,
right next door to the
Main.
courthouse
Yes.
lawn there. Yeah.
And so we have a lot of help out there to get this done. So if you want to register beforehand. We'll get your bag ready. We'll get everything ready so it won't take long.
Okay.
If you prefer to do a paper registration, you can show up and do a paper registration. I cannot promise that you'll get a T-shirt. If you wait till the last minute, if you register at active.com online, we can get you a T-shirt.
Yep. Again, you go to www.active.com.
Active.com.
And then you'll see like a drop box. For
Well,
the
it'll have a little box there, and you need to put in there Heroes 5K.
Okay.
Or even put Roswell, because what it does, that program pulls up whatever's happening in Roswell, New Mexico.
It's a national website.
It's a national website. It's a really cool website that I've used for years.
Yeah.
And it keeps good information.
If you've been a part of previous Brave 5Ks, you're going to be very familiar with the software.
And not only that, if you've been involved in a 5K before, anything that I put together, even for the veterans or any other race, you've already been sent an invitation.
All right.
You've already received an invitation. So what we do is from 6:45 till almost 7:30 is we finish all of registration. At exactly 7:30, we will line up at 4th and Main.
Okay.
At 4th and Main. And that's where the race will start at exactly 7:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
So we take off from there. We head, and just a quick aside on that, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Lee, but I believe this will be the last time that we'll be able to have a 5K on Main Street.
Okay.
That's what I've been told.
That's
by
kind of what
the
we've
city.
been told.
So if you ever wanted to run in the middle of the street,
right,
this will be your last chance.
I mean, it's a cool environment because, of course, everyone is there for the parade.
Sure.
So you can come out.
It is kind of cool.
It's kind of a cool thing to have it right on Main Street. So you'll take off from 4th and Main. You will head up all the way to College. Then you will hang a right, which that would make it east on College Boulevard. Then you'll hang a left on Grand Street, and that's in front of the Wool Bowl. When you get to the end there will be a barrier on 19th Street. You will be doing a turnaround.
Okay.
So then you will turn around and come right back where you started.
All right. So
that
you don't
will
have
make
to worry about, man, what about my car and all that stuff? You
just come back and go the same way. But we've got, Mike, this thing came up really, really fast.
Sure. It's just this kind of got put together last minute.
Well,
so.
normally we do a different run with NIMI, and they were not able to do it this year. They didn't really know if they wanted to do it, so they chose not to.
COVID has made things more complicated.
It's made it more difficult.
Quite frankly, they got bigger fish to fry right
now. They do. And so Mr. Lee approached me and said, "Hey, Barbara, are you going to do the run or not?" At first, I was like, "Yeah, I think I can. Yes, I think I can." And then last minute, I thought, "Man, I don't have enough time to put this thing together." And he called me and said, "Barbara, you need to do this." And I said, "Okay, I will put this thing together." So it's literally been a 2-week project, you guys.
Very good.
So
it's happening.
It's happening.
Well, I've been arm wrestling the city over this for a couple of months.
Yeah, he has. He's been working hard, not only for the parade, but he's been working on behalf of the run. So I do thank American Legion Post 28 and 61 both, because we went under their umbrella to have the race this year.
Cool.
And they've done that actually for years for us. So we do
at least 3, right?
We do appreciate it. But Mike,
no, it's been closer to 5.
Has it?
Yeah, no, it has been 5 years. And the cool thing about it is the sponsors that I've had in the past, Mike, they just completely step up. It doesn't even matter if it's a week away. It does not even matter. They want to support veterans because and they want the race to happen. So this year, Kremlin Auto Group stepped up right away.
Oh, good.
I have Chimera.
As they do all the time.
Yes, and Chimera Medical. They have runners that are part of Chimera.
And they've been an integral part of the whole veterans.
They have been.
Veterans
Absolutely.
program. And
as a matter of fact, I think they're sponsor for you as well, are they not?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
and then
they
I
were
have
my top sponsor this year.
what's that? Your top sponsor?
Yeah, Chimera was. Yeah.
And Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. I'll tell you, Donna and her group, they step up every time I have an event. They're always there. And just this morning, yay, I'm very excited about that. But Richland Motors just texted me just this morning and said, we're going to be a part of this as well. And just so you know, the event is called the Heroes 5K Run. but the proceeds will benefit Operation Comfort Warrior through the American Legion.
Excellent.
So it is going to be benefiting the American Legion. So any the proceeds that we make will go directly back to the American Legion.
Very good.
So buy
And that's
your
all
ticket
for the Heroes 5K. So
for
everyone
the
that,
Heroes 5K.
that registers and participates, your registration fees and all that will go to this great organization.
Yes, back to this organization. It has 4 years before, whenever I was doing it for NIMI, we together selected a veterans organization. But since I was partnering up with Lee and the American Legion Post 61 this year, I let him decide where he wanted it to go, and he gave me a couple of them. But I thought Operation Comfort Warrior, because this is a program dedicating to meeting the needs of wounded, injured, or ill military personnel by providing them with comfort items not usually supplied by the government.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so Lee can tell you more about that. But we're excited about it. I've got the T-shirts going. I've got a fantastic logo. And if you guys, anybody knows Juliana Halverson, she is completely an awesome graphic artist.
Yeah.
She created our logo this year. And so I'm excited about our logo, and our T-shirts are going to look great. So please sign up, active.com.
Yeah.
It's $20 to run.
And you can make it as competitive as you want,
That's
or if
right.
you want to treat it like a fun run and just, that's entirely up to you. We would love to have you participate again, have some fun, but at the same time, so we can cut a big fat check to help these wounded warriors.
Yeah,
wounded
actually,
veterans.
this year I wanted to make it run, walk, or roll. And you know why, Mr. Lee? Because I thought that you should roll in it this year. And but we always have families out there, with their kids, like in a stroller or something. I just was trying to keep bikes out. I didn't really want bikes on there, so I
It's not
decided
really
not to.
fair. I can roll at 4.4 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't get winded.
Yeah. And not get winded, see?
That's the key.
So maybe
It's the
I'll
tortoise
add
and the
that.
hare. He just keeps going steady the whole time.
Maybe I'll do that next year if we do this again. But be a walk, a run, walk, a roll maybe next time. But either way, some parents do come with their little kids in their little strollers, and they run it. If you can't run, that is fine. You can walk the whole thing. Come out and show your support.
Absolutely.
You get a T-shirt, and if you don't sign up early enough, you do not get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But please sign up, active.com.
And if you tend to run and end up walking, well, use it as motivation for next time to run.
Sure. Dr. Martinez, he has that Saturday morning walk out there. And he's invited all of his walkers to not walk out there that day,
So they're gonna-
but to come walk with us that day.
Cool. They're going to do their
So,
5K walking that way.
Yeah,
Good for them.
and just to let you know, Mike, also that this race, the reason it was called a Heroes Run is because we wanted to bring awareness and sacrifices of the contributions that our veterans and local heroes have made to our nation, and specifically to our community, especially during the pandemic right now. So police officers, fire department, sheriff's department, the American Legion, of course, the soldiers in that, National Guard. We've invited, by the way, we've invited New Mexico Youth Challenge.
Oh, good.
I mean, they step out and always help us. Hey, guys, they're not running this year, I don't think, so somebody has a chance because these guys have won every single
The ringers won't be there.
the ringers
So
will not be
they're saying
there.
there's a chance.
Yeah, Kristen Good, where are you? She is a #1 runner
I know.
here in town.
They run the thing, and you're just getting warmed up. They're like, man, I've already done it 3 times.
I've already done
Like,
it
I haven't finished stretching yet. And they're like, yeah, we ran it.
Yeah, we've
4
already
times
done it. We've already been there, done that.
Yeah, and they're barely like winded. They're just like, that was fun.
Yeah, it helps being a
I'm
teenager.
about to
I'm
die,
sure.
and they're just like, whew, that was brisk. And I'm like, is there an ambulance around?
Right.
Yeah.
We'll have oxygen at the end. How's that?
Right.
No, maybe not. But either way, there will be a clock out there somewhere. So if you just want to time your own self and beat your best time, just look at that. We are giving prices for first, second, and third, male and female.
Nice.
And NIMI just told me yesterday that they have a special buckle that was been created, and it'll be for the top runner. That's it.
All right.
One for
so
the
they
top,
are making a contribution, even though
Yes,
they can't
yes.
participate as they normally do. They still
They are
want to
still-
do what they can.
Yes.
Cool.
And
Good
who
for
knows?
them.
Maybe they'll pop up next year and say, hey, let's do this. But, they change commanders, and every time they get a new one, they kind of changed things up a little
policies,
bit.
And then I'm sure their policies and the way they do things have changed a little bit over the last year or two.
Right, but I need runners. Everything's ready to go, but we need more runners.
Active.com, you can sign up right now there, or
call me if you want to do it online. Want me to do it for you.
And if
you want to pay me cash,
space out and forget to do it, show up 6:30 in the morning to the Berkshire. Berkshire Hathaway parking lot there. It's right downtown. You can sign up, register there, and you'll start the race right there. So,
right.
Very good.
So thank you.
But then don't leave.
Nope.
Because after you're done running your race, beginning at 9 a.m., we're going to start our Veterans celebration. And that's going to kick off right there, same spot downtown on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn there by the Veterans Memorial. Our normal spot. That's where we're going to be and kick things off. And we got a really good ceremony planned. We got some great guest speaker. We've got once again the Boy Scouts helping out and with everything, and then we're gonna have a great ceremony. But I'll let you guys kind of spill the beans on all the cool stuff we've got.
Well, this is certainly a great theme because there are so many Vietnam veterans in Roswell.
That's probably it's one of these things where obviously every generation we're losing. World War II veterans are almost extinct, unfortunately. World War I certainly. We're Korean veterans are starting to become the same way here, and right around the corner are going to be our Vietnam vets. It's
exactly.
It's time's flying, man. It's just crazy.
We will also have a poster display of the 22 soldiers who gave their life in Vietnam from Chaves County.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
Their names and their pictures, and that will be displayed at the presentation. And again, 22 soldiers from Chaves County gave their lives in Vietnam.
That's a pretty big number when you think about it.
When you think about it.
You put it in this perspective of things, and that's just local people right here. And obviously the time and the amount of people that were casualties of that conflict is pretty crazy. But even to think about it, 22 people from right in our own backyard did pass. I mean, that's it's hard to wrap your head around. Like, that's a lot of people, and I mean, you could think of that for like World War II or something where it was a much larger scale of individuals going. But
also, when I think about Vietnam, the youngest Marine to give his life in Vietnam was 15 years old.
15?
15
he
years
lied
old.
to somebody, didn't he?
He certainly did.
His patriotism.
Can you imagine a 14-year-old going through Marine Corps boot camp?
That's crazy.
Graduating and then giving his life in Vietnam. He was in a firefight at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was carrying ammunition to those on the front line and was killed.
Got hit.
15 years old.
Wow. That's great.
Did
I had no idea.
When did they find out, by the way, that he was 15? After the fact?
After the services.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes.
Wow. That's a story within itself right there to me. You know what I mean? That's right here in Chaves County. One of our 22 is a 15.
Actually, no, he was not one of the 22.
Oh,
He was from back east.
Okay. He wasn't from here, but he was okay.
But I just wanted to note that the youngest Marine that died in Vietnam was 15 years old.
Yeah. See, it's a lot harder to do that nowadays, kids, because computers and things are much more easier to access your birth dates and things. Back then, a lot of you got the right paperwork, you're in on that. But the ceremony will begin at 9 a.m. There on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Talk about our guest speaker for this.
Jack Swigert.
Yes.
He was a Vietnam helicopter pilot. A lot of people in Roswell know him. He was the editor-in-chief of the Roswell Daily Record for a while. And I understand he was in publishing in Las Cruces and stuff. And then he came back and was like a principal owner of RDR at some point. So he's been in this area for quite some time. Anyway, if you ever saw the movie We Were Soldiers, the character played by Greg Kinnear, the helicopter pilot, that was basically Jack Swigert.
Yeah, it was Mel Gibson is the star of the movie.
Yes.
What's his name? Sam Elliott.
Sam
Elliott. He's got
he
a great
does an
role
awesome
in it.
performance.
And then Greg Kinnear's kind of the third billing in that one.
Right.
But
he was the helicopter pilot. But if you think of that as the primary focus, that's the
what
Jack
he was doing.
Swigert story.
Yeah, he was so basically when these guys were in the middle of a firefight or whatever, and they needed to get out quick. With injuries and stuff, he's coming swooping in. I'm assuming on a Huey. He bringing a Huey in there and pick up as many, and then many a time while fire is coming on the helicopter,
dropping off ammunition, picking up people.
Sure, I imagine
hostile fire and all that.
And I imagine half the time they probably don't even touch the ground when they do some of that stuff. It's just hover and it come on and shoot down the thing. Depending on the different levels of combat they're going on in that area.
I think it's a hard landing, and everybody jumps out, everybody jumps in, and then they take off again, I believe. I don't know about hovering. I think that's just a Navy SEAL thing. But
I didn't know if there was if it was a real wooded area and not out of openings, they probably have to go over the trees and drop them in via rope or ladder or what have you. So.
Well, hopefully during his talk he'll be able to answer some of these questions for us.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you might want to ask him afterwards. I don't think he's taking questions during.
Not during. No. To my knowledge, we got the NIMI scouts out there going to help us do the wreath laying. I saw the wreaths last night. They were over at 28.
Yep.
They had already pulled them out.
Yep. Unit 28's letting us borrow their wreaths again this year.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you to them.
Yeah.
Tom Blake will be doing some patriotic music for us.
You can't have a patriotic celebration without Tom Blake singing.
Yeah, he's a staple here in town.
Great gentleman.
Yep.
He's been doing this longer than I've been helping out with the parade.
He's probably forgotten more songs than we know. You know what I mean?
That is entirely possible.
I don't know.
That's true.
He's been helping us out a lot with our White Star and Gold Star.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he's been a great just resource for us, and big thank you to him. And thank him on Saturday when you come out when you see him doing his music and things afterwards. But at 9 a.m. we'll have our ceremony. That'll go
till about 10.
About 10.
We expanded it from a half an hour to an hour because there's just so much.
Sure.
Especially, and
I think
Louis being so long-winded.
Well, and I think people are going to want to hear what Jack has to say. I think.
Sure.
I think people are going to want to hear that. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
I am too. I think it's going to be.
When you think of Vietnam, you think of helicopters.
Exactly.
You think of choppers.
He did kind of the big image of when you think of the Vietnam era and the way we fought. Him and a Huey is probably the most iconic scene from that era of warfare. Is the Huey helicopter, and that's kind of when you think of. And I'm sure Hollywood has painted that image for us because of all the movies that have come out based on that war and that era. But
Youth Challenge is coming out, and they're going to bring their big, huge
the big Garrison flag.
Yes, it will be back this year.
Takes up the
probably
whole
going to put them
street.
right up front, and then right behind them, I understand we're going to put Cannon Air Force Base coming.
Yes,
and
honor guard.
Yeah,
they're going to have their honor guard there, which is going to be great. Of course, the Roswell Honor Guard will be there during the ceremony.
Yeah.
But, most of our honor guard are
70s, 80s.
Yeah, they're on the older side, so they probably won't be
Let the young
marching in
airmen be the
parade.
marching. Yeah, they got the legs for it. I did too when I was their age. I don't now. So pretty soon, in 20 years, they'll be wearing the American Legion hats, and they can tell the young ones to walk.
I know Harrington's going to be making a
Sheriff
big,
will be there and
a
helping
big
out.
splash. There'll be some police and fire in the parade itself.
And that'll get underway right after the ceremony. So figure about 10-ish, we'll get underway with the parade, and we'll take it to the Wool Bowl.
Unfortunately, the fire department has told us that they probably won't be able to do the flag over the main street this year because they don't have 2 trucks.
Gotcha.
So, but
I am working on that, though.
Okay.
Well, I
But
think
they
one
will
truck
be
might be over at
participating.
NIMI doing the ball drop.
It could be.
Yeah.
But the other thing, too, is they had suggested that there were some alternative fire departments that might be able to augment. But
by
again,
the
that
way, try
hasn't
not to
been
have a fire in
confirmed.
a big building Saturday morning, please.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
I would really
yeah.
appreciate that.
All you fire
But you need the
bugs,
ladder.
just take the
You
day
can't use the
off.
ladder.
Keep it low to the
Yeah,
ground.
we need our guys in the parade.
Yeah. But
Just give us our morning, okay? That's all.
That's all we ask. But But yes, so basically, once the parade gets underway, we'll all meander our way towards the Wool Bowl.
Right.
And then once we're at the Wool Bowl, we invite you to come and visit.
We're having a little party up there at the Wool Bowl.
Not a formal thing, just a little come and go.
We got vendors.
Yeah.
We've got, there'll be food.
Yeah. Usually a lot of people like to give stuff to veterans and things, and they have goodie bags and things.
Yep.
And
my understanding is the lowriders are going to be out there doing their car show. I think they're going to be in the parade, and then they'll park out there for people.
So if you're a veteran, come out and let them shake your hand and thank you for your service. And come out
I
and
know
be a part of
Larry's
it.
working on another car show. I think it's the Alien Speedway or something like that.
So you can look at some cool rides while you're out there.
Yeah,
and
Larry
I guess
Longo
he's been in
Post
contact
28.
with the Shriners. We might be able to get some funny cars out there.
That would be wonderful.
I'm curious, because I know Shriners in various regions have different vehicles. Like a lot of them will use the go-karts and things. What are Shriners here?
I don't know.
Are they go-kart folks? Do anybody know?
They look like
I wish
little
Larry was here to
motorcycles.
answer
They use
the
little
question.
motorcycles.
They have little motorcycles at the parade this year, but
Okay.
they used to have really cute go-karts.
I thought they did. And didn't they have like a tow truck go-kart?
Yeah, and
Like if one broke down, they would tow it. It was so cute.
And they used to have a belly dancer
Yeah.
once upon a time.
Well, that's a quite a.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got-
That was on
we got
TV.
cars.
Well, I didn't know we were going to have that.
But at the end
male
of the day,
belly
they have
dancer.
fun with it, and they raise lots of money for
Yes, they
kids,
do.
and it's a great organization.
So basically, Lee, will you be going the same route as the race, except you're going to stay at the Wool Bowl? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's very cool.
So after the parade, come to the Wool Bowl. Come and meet some of these great organizations. Veterans, come be recognized. We'd love to have you come and
If
get some
nothing
of your
else, come out and wave your flag.
Yeah, this is, to be honest, and I like to tell this, especially, and Louis could attest this with his education side here. We celebrate Veterans Day to honor veterans, but in my opinion, we as veterans have a role of playing the veteran in these. And what I mean by that is, so our young people understand why our country's here and why the role of the veteran is so important in that equation there, and why we treat veterans the way we do, and why we do the things we do. So as much as we honor folks on Saturday and next Thursday, I also like to do it as an education part, and think of it, veterans, as more extension to your service. You need to groom the next generation here.
I will also
and
tell you
gotta,
that on the 10th and the 11th, we've been invited over to Goddard. There's going to be a bunch of veterans in the classroom.
They have an amazing ceremony they do every year. I don't know if COVID's kind of put a little bit of a kibosh on some of that.
Unfortunately, it has.
But
they just told us they were authorized to have assemblies.
Oh, good.
Last week.
Yeah, the first one they had was on Friday. So, unfortunately, their big, typical Veterans Day celebration, because apparently it takes them about a year to get it all lined up.
They don't mess around with that thing.
Yeah,
No,
it's
a
very
good
impressive.
deal.
So
Yeah.
they're doing something a little different this year, and we're going to have veterans in the classrooms, which I'm pretty excited about.
Well, good.
Roswell High will have a veterans assembly,
Yep.
and Mountain View, James Edwards is putting on a veterans ceremony at Mountain View.
Great.
Next week.
Awesome.
And
love to see that.
I would like to thank Larry Longo, who has done an immense amount of
He's done an
work.
amazing job.
Larry's just a guy that puts his head down and just starts doing
He
stuff.
does.
Like Harry,
He never
and
looks
he
for
takes-
recognition. He just works hard.
Yeah. He said, it needs to be done. I got it. And he'll do it. Yep. That's what
You know,
he
we
does.
were mentioning sponsors. I'd like to thank Zia Guns. I don't think we could have kept our doors open because of the pandemic, and because the way we're funded is we're self-funded as
Gotcha.
a 501c, and we rent the hall, and we were not able to do that for over a year.
Can't have events, so no one's going to rent them. So
Correct.
yeah.
So Zia Guns and Bobby Villegas Insurance and the Elks Club Veterans Committee kept Post 28.
That's great.
Open.
But again, this is our community coming together, and Zia Guns, just personally, they go out of their way to help folks and do everything else there, and Bobby as well, and it's great to see. Unfortunately, you had to have that kind of aid and couldn't do what you normally do and do it yourself here, but it's great to see we have great people and organizations in this community understand the importance of this kind of stuff, and come hell or high water, we got to keep it going. So.
And certainly with Vietnam vets, the theme is always welcome home. Many of them remember that walk at Travis Air Force Base. It was not a good walk.
They didn't get the
when they
yellow
landed.
ribbons and the cheering crowds
Correct.
and all the things that we come to associate with welcoming home our soldiers now. And they did not get that treatment. And quite frankly, we need to spend the rest of our lives making it up to them, because they got a raw deal on that one. And it wasn't a popular war. You know what? A lot of wars aren't popular. But
a lot of those questions Alex Ross asked me yesterday. And I saw that there's an article in the Record this morning about it, and I thought that was pretty interesting. He kind of quoted me word for word on most of that stuff about how we're dedicating our lives to welcoming Vietnam veterans.
yeah,
So,
it's a mistake that we made as a country.
It is,
and we need to make good on that as best we can. Unfortunately, we can't. You can't. We can't. The water's been under the bridge. Things were said and done, and unfortunately, we can't. But we reaching out, especially the mental health side with veterans
I'm
and
just
things.
trying to win back each Vietnam veteran as we can.
I mean, we
One
talk
at a
about
time.
mental health today, and they made great strides in the military compared to the era of Vietnam. You know, you look at how they treat today and things; it's night and day different than Vietnam era. And then compile that on top of how the world treated them when they came back. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. I'm surprised we didn't lose more Vietnam veterans to soldier suicide and Lord knows criminals.
Just shows their
and,
resiliency.
Yeah, we could have lost many more due to the way they were treated, and we live in this world where we're trying to understand more about the stuff. Well, that's a forgotten group of folks to this day. Still, there's not been enough done, and so come out, and let's honor them, come and help them. Come and folks, if you're Vietnam vets out here and you're needing help with services, come out, reach out. I know anybody at 28, anybody at 61 will put a hand out real quick to get you put in the direction you need to go. I'm sure Barbara as well.
Well, we'll have a table out there too, and there will be information on there about how to get in touch with the VA and stuff like that, especially if you're experiencing PTSD or life is challenging
Sure,
you.
absolutely.
We have resources,
Or if you
and
just
some
have
of them are even
questions.
anonymous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And even the tough of us, because that's a point. And I know veterans more so than others get a little bit point of pride, and I'm self-reliant, self-aware, self-care, self-this. Asking for help isn't always in the forefront of a veteran's mind, especially when it comes to personal issues. And so now more than ever, help, ask. That's going to be the difference between life and death now, is you stepping forward and saying, this ain't right. I need to admit I need help. And if you can do that first step, there's everybody in the planet's going to be ready to reach a hand out and help you. But you ultimately have to make that first step. And we got we can help you do it, but ultimately that's got to be you that makes that
And even
decision.
if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your friends, for your family, for your kids.
You'll find the reasons for yourself down the road.
Yeah.
Even if you're not seeing it there, you got to keep trying. Got to keep moving forward. So
Yep.
anyway, I didn't try to turn this sad. I want to turn this into a happy event. But come out.
It's going to be a very joyful
It's going to be
event,
fun.
celebration, recognition.
And veterans, come on out. If you want to be in the parade, if you got a veteran that you'd say, come on, Dad, come on, Grandpa, come on, Mom, let's show you all.
I should probably mention we have people like McGill Duran,
Yeah.
who's going to be out there, and there will be spaces for veterans if you want to ride with them.
And they would
So,
love to have you.
Yes.
Because this is your day. We are honoring veterans, and it's really hard to honor veterans when all the veterans don't come out. So come on.
And usually either Crumlin or Richland brings out a big truck and
Piles up the
They pile
veterans.
up as many veterans as they can. And
Sometimes
stuff
he
like
busts
that.
out his fire truck, Mr. Crumlin. And,
I didn't even know he had one. That's awesome.
Sometimes he busts that thing out. I imagine it's not cheap to move that thing. But
So come join us first thing in the morning for the run.
Yes.
And then about 8:30, probably 8:30, 8:45 start queuing up. We'll be in the Virginia parking lot as well as the Pioneer Plaza. 9 o'clock, we'll start the ceremony. Approximately 10 o'clock. Engines will be heading towards the Wool Bowl.
Yeah.
We should have car shows, vendors, and the whole 9 yards. Come have a day with us.
And while you're at the Wool Bowl, if you really want to have some fun, stick around. Nimmy's playing a game at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, who are they playing?
I don't remember off the top of my head. But they got a
Yeah, I
football
don't
game
see
at
it
2
written
o'clock.
there anywhere.
Yeah. No.
Sean
they're
wasn't,
doing well this
Sean
year.
wasn't in.
Yeah, and the NMLI, they might get a bowl game before it's all said and done, hopefully here. So
I
definitely.
didn't know they did that for high school.
No, it's college.
Oh, that's college.
junior college. Yeah, the high school will play Friday night. The JUCO will play Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's the Broncos, not the Colts, that are playing Saturday.
Okay.
6:45, everything gets underway with the Heroes 5K. Again, go to active.com
to
sign up. You can sign up the morning of, but do Barbara a favor, go to active.com
Please do.
and sign
Or just
up
call
that way.
me. If you'd rather not get on active.com or you don't know how to do that, just call me.
Okay.
575-626-8033, and I can set you up myself. You can come by my office and pay. I work at Frontier Medical right on Main Street.
Or you could probably get signed up now and pay Saturday morning.
That's
if you
right.
need to.
You can do that.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do
works best
whatever
for you.
works best for you guys. But it will be busy. It always happens. People sign up at the last minute. So please try not to sign up at the last minute. If you're thinking about doing it, give me a call or sign up on active.com.
But if that's all you got, then come on down.
Come on
and
down. We'll
let's,
take
let's
you.
help some folks.
We'll take
out
you,
here.
but we can't guarantee
And
a
I do
t-shirt.
want to thank Chimera Medical, Reineke, and Ballard. They were outstanding this year for helping us out.
Awesome. Yeah. Great support again. And then, of course, 9 o'clock, everything will get underway for the Veterans Day. Again, it's all this Saturday, November 6th.
And remember, you're a master of ceremonies.
That's right. I will be your
Winters.
MC. I will be keeping things flowing
In order.
like mud.
In order.
Flowing
you did a
like
good
mud
job
on
last year. That's why we're
Saturday.
And
having
in
you
order
back.
like chaos, right?
That's right.
Oatmeal and flour
That's right, yeah.
with pea soup.
Well, you cut me, I bleed maple syrup. Well,
There you go.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you on Saturday, all right?
Thanks for coming.
Real quick. Well, I got you. Louis, and I want to do this for Leet. Any post-28 stuff we want to mention that we want to get while we got you here real quick?
Well, we're actually this year going to have our annual Christmas dinner.
Nice.
And that'll be on December the 11th for veterans.
Okay.
We weren't able to have it last year, but...
so come hungry. You got 2 years worth of eating to do.
It'll be on Saturday, December the 11th, and we're excited about that.
Good.
And again, we plan to do a car show ourselves.
Okay.
In the future.
What's
And
on the menu? Do you guys go? Do you have a
Turkey
Mexican?
and ham.
Do we go turkey?
Turkey and ham.
All right, go traditional. I like it.
Yeah, turkey
And
and
remember,
ham.
his website is nmlegionpost28.org. So check
Very good.
that out
Check
for
it out.
changes.
Thank you, Lee.
Get your tickets for that and come out and eat ham and turkey. And I'll tell you this, military people know how to cook. I'm telling you right now, some of the best cooks, because they had to make lemonade with not even lemons, with powdered lemons. And,
They even had powdered water, Mike. I just don't know what they had to add.
Powdered water.
yeah. Oh yeah. You go on, or you need Flightline. You go get some more canine pee. Now we're getting into the Air Force games.
Let's not do that, Mike.
Yeah. Anything for 61 we want to let folks know
Well,
about?
on the 11th, we're trying to organize we're going to go out to Memory Lawn probably around 6 o'clock, and we're going to videotape it, but I'm asking a bunch of veterans to come out there. We're going to do 22 push-ups.
Yeah, but that's 1,800, not 0600.
That's right.
Yes.
And the purpose of that
The other
is
6.
to recognize the fact that we're losing 22 veterans a day. And we got that coming up.
Yep.
We are going to be doing our annual contributions in November to like the
little
shelters
shelters and
and
things,
CASA,
Maybe
stuff
Boys and
like
Girls
that.
Club. Some of these.
Maybe some of those things. I do know that Leprino is donating a bunch of turkeys for us.
Oh, good.
We'll be able to do some distribution
Do they stuff
there.
them with cheese?
Oh, that would be nice. That'd be cool.
But the next major event for 61 is going to be for chaplains.
Yes, which
and
will
that'll
be in February. Yeah.
Well, you forgot about Wreaths Across America.
Oh, that's right. I am the new spokesperson for Wreaths Across America. So we're going to be doing that on December 18th.
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. RoswellLegion.org is if you want to stay up to date on anything
Right.
with Post 61.
Yeah, I got to put some stuff on there for Wreaths Across America. The Patriot Guard, Marianne Murphy was the Wreaths Across America spokesperson, but she put my name in to be the new one.
Yeah.
So
Takes
I guess I'm gonna have
$15 to
do
put a
that.
wreath on a
on a
veteran's
veteran's
grave.
grave.
Okay.
If you guys want to donate, it takes $15
I got
per
about
wreath.
300 graves at Memory
Yeah,
Lawn.
just at Memory Lawn.
just
So-
at Memory Lot. We have others at McBride and South Park. So as many as we can do, that's what we're going to do.
Awesome. So if you like to get involved with that, please you reach out and contribute. So good deal. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Come out Saturday too and talk to both these guys. Both we'll have Legionnaires from both posts there on Saturday. Talk to either group, and they'll be happy to give you information to help you out. And if you've got questions or want to join or get involved, they'll be happy to help you out with all that stuff. So, well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Mike.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard. Stay warm today and cool in a couple days.
Go vote.
and
go vote.
Yeah.
Yes, please vote.
Early and often. No, wait.
Early and often.
No,
Just
no,
once.
just once.
Just once.
All right, 9:57. Let's do a quick break before we go. Don't go away.
The Roswell-Chaves County Economic Corporation, in partnership with New Mexico Workforce Connections and the City of Roswell, have put together a job fair hiring event November 4th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center. Come prepared to be interviewed on the spot, as this is a hiring event. Workforce Connections will provide laptops for those that need to apply online and a mobile station to help job seekers with resumes and interviews. To reserve a booth at this event, call 575-622-1975 or email Juarez at mjuarez@chavezcounty.net.
Come see the balloons. Come hear the tunes. It's Artesia's annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 5th through the 7th. Weather permitting, the hot air balloons will launch from Eagle Draw between the blocks of Roselawn and 13th Street, 7 a.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. Sunday. For more info, call the Chamber at 746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Balloons and Tunes in Artesia, New Mexico, November 5th through 7th. Join your friends. Ad paid by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
And that's going to do it for us. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an awesome day. If you miss any part of the show, ksvptv.com and the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. There you'll find it, and you can watch it to your heart's content. Have a great day. You're listening to 106.5